was an ambush.
How many did you save?
Just like a dream.
You did the only thing you could do. And you lost.
Like a dream.
Look, we're still in this thing.
The day you walked away.
But we have no idea what we're dealing with.
Unfortunately.
Things are getting worse around here, aren't they?
Boyd, we're out of food.
Too many things are changing. I have to remember.
Remember what?
What's missing?
Nothing that I've been through is possible.
I think you're here for what's in the basement.
This place will not break us. We can still win. But the only way we go home is together.
Hello. The game here is rigged. Why can't they leave us alone?
No matter what this place throws at us, we're gonna find our way home.
Everybody just talks about how afraid they are of dying. Well, I don't think that's the worst thing that can happen to you here.
Hello?
Like a dream.
You looking for these?
Into my life.
You can't save them all.
But things are really how they seem.
Real Enigmas and Theories is back again with another live stream. How's it going, everybody out there today? Yes, we had the spur of the moment stream yesterday, but now we're back to our regularly scheduled time. Yes. How y'all doing out there today? It's good to see all of you out there. Let's take it from the top. We got Chicago Made Gaming and Media. What's up, fams? Yes, indeed. Del Senior is in the building. Yes, glad to see him as well. Yes, we definitely greet the ones that we like to see in here. We had some mishaps yesterday, and the mods got right on that. I appreciate you all for everything you do. We got Wayne in the building. We also have Wayne in the building. Yes, good evening, Wayne, over there on your side of the pond. Yes. We got shit in here, shit in the bucket in here. Yes, indeed. Yo, yo, yo. Mike Johnson. Peace, peace. We're all in here. PM is in the building. Good to see you as always. Ebony, hello. Too Tall. I'm on time today. Yes, we are. Yes. Yesterday was one of those spur of the moment things, but we're on time today. It's 3:33, right on time. Chocolate Beauty. Hey, cousin, how you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you as always. Patricia, good to see you as well. Hello from rainy New Orleans. Oh, well, grab your umbrellas. They got enough of them in Frumlin. Yes. Who else we got in here? 12 brothers. Nice to be here, everyone. Yes, indeed. Nice to see you here. Papa Socks. Yes. We got Chapo in the building. Yes. Good to see you. Who else we got? We got Andrew West. Peace. How you doing? Yeah. Purple Alizé is in the building. Nice. Yes, the Frumley's in the building. Dr. Deb, how you doing? Good to see you. Hello, Anna. How are you doing? Good to see you as well, as always. Yes, the Casanova's in the building. We have Bitey in the building. How you doing? Good to see you here. Laser Beam, how you doing? Okay. Everybody's here. Everybody's here. We ready to rock. We got a lot to talk about. These new pictures are something else, y'all. I'm gonna tell you. The way I see it, they knew exactly what they were doing with the images that they chose. Uh, on the channel here, I've talked about the Vesica Pisces. The Vesica Pisces, especially when I saw this. I actually talked about the Vesica Pisces in a video last year, dealing with the Mr. Fish and Loaves reference. That's literally where that reference connects, Mr. Fish and Loaves. And we see here with this picture that Vesica Pisces, and so they dropped this. This shows to us in the trailer. And then weeks later, they give us some pictures of episode 1. And this is there. Another Vesica Pisces. They knew exactly what they were doing with this. They are showing us the clues that we should be looking at. They're showing the clues that we need to look at. It's clearly in our face. Look at these gnarly things here. Look at this. This looks like a halo or a crown of thorns, which is also reminiscent of Judeo-Christianity. So yeah, they definitely knew that what they were doing with these pictures, and we get different perspectives and different angles. I wonder if there are any more dreams. If someone's gonna get the vision, if someone's gonna get any visions, if any, and who do you think that's going to be? Do you think it's going to be who has all had visions? Kenny had a very prominent vision of he was the first one to hear the actual nursery rhyme. Pardon me, guys, I'm losing my voice a little bit. I know y'all probably noticed it yesterday. My voice is a little fatigued. You know what I'm saying? Yes, indeed. Okay, Taran just showed up. Okay, he's here.
Hey,
Peace,
Real.
Taran, how you doing?
I'm glad you're on the live early today because I can't stay up late tonight. I've got a lot of meetings tomorrow.
Yes.
So yeah, thank you for that.
Very
cool.
You already know. You already know. This is that Hump Day live that we do so that you can join us easily without being up in early hours
yes,
of the
I
morning.
forgot. Sorry, I'm having had a crazy day today, so I'm a bit
Oh
out
yeah,
of it.
my voice is going in and out. My voice is going in and out. I have some lemon and honey right here, and I'm kind of sipping on that. Voice is going out. This happens all the time. I'm like a drill sergeant when it comes to like recording and stuff like that. I like to try to depict melody, even though my voice is nothing like what it used to be. But I my voice gets a lot, and I talk a lot. So and now I've added live streaming onto the list of voice labor that I have to do. I do some voiceovers and stuff like that as well. So my voice is going out, but I know how to fix it. I'll be back. Don't worry. We'll be back by Saturday. Saturday, it's either going to be light or it's going to be dark. Either Saturday it's gone or Saturday it's worse. So hopefully we get rid of it. Yes, indeed. We got a couple more people that have showed up. We have
your lives are getting
Alyssa.
more and more people every week.
Yeah. It's it's been consistent. And as long as we stay consistent and we drop some heat, I mean, we'll see people coming in and enjoying the live. If you are enjoying the live, please hit the like button on your way in. Definitely. And my mods, if you could post the Discord, let's get some more people in the Discord. The Discord is getting thick too. The Discord is over 150 people maybe. So it's looking pretty good. People are in there. I'm not seeing a lot of activity, but people are joining and hopefully, they start joining in on the conversation. We be cooking though. Definitely. Y'all be cooking in there. I have to catch up. I know I come in there from time to time. I think I shouted out Debbie Ebby Bo Bebby yesterday because she brought up something that was in that picture. I think whose head was it? Was it by Victor's? She showed something, and I shouted her out for it. But she pointed out in this picture, in one of the promo pictures, they actually have that wagon wheel. And so that wagon wheel is significant. And it's funny how they put it in the pictures, but it was also like hinted in the trailer with the Vesica Pisces right here. This is going to be something major. All of these connections right here are going to be like a major connections. We're going to see a slew of these connections. I think these are the little esoteric bits and pieces and clues that they're leaving behind. And it's just very interesting how they would put that right here as well. It's almost like there's something about the wagon wheel, and there's going to be something about the wagon wheel. This also is very reminiscent of a boatman's. Is it called? It's not the oar. What is it called? The steering wheel that steers the boat. I don't want to just call it a steering wheel, but y'all know what I'm talking
I
about.
think people call it a ship's wheel.
Yeah,
I
ship's
don't know if
wheel. I
there's
called it
I don't
that
think there's
yesterday. I don't
another
know. I
I
know
don't think
there's
there's
like a
another word for
technical
it.
name for it.
Is there? I used to
Yeah,
read a
there
lot of ship I used to read a lot of ships books. Yeah, it's called a ship's wheel. Yeah,
it's called a
just looked
ship's
it up.
wheel.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, and it forms part of the helm, but the helm kind of means it can mean the wheel alone or the entire mechanism. So I think the helm is the word you were looking for.
The
Yeah,
helm.
the
Okay,
helm is
yes.
it.
Okay. I knew there was another word other than ship's wheel. That's what I called it
No, you're
yesterday.
right. You're totally right. Like helmsman. I don't know why I forgot that. I call
Right.
myself a writer. By the
And
way,
then
someone made a very interesting comment. I just want to highlight it if that's okay. Well, I
where?
don't know how. It was someone said something about an egg. Oh yeah, Purple Elise said at 8:41 p.m. There you go. Was the egg on the promo picture near the crow mentioned? I didn't notice an egg, although I know that eggs are a clue on the show, and they're a clue to the game of Goose, and also a Fabergé egg called the Necessaire. It's clue to
And
those
then
two
this
things.
right here, you have the peacock. Yo,
Yeah, that
that's
one. Yeah.
that's deliberate.
Where's
That's one of those deliberate set things.
Could Purple Elise, if she's still watching, please tell us where this egg that you spotted is next to the crow? Is it on the poster, do you think? Is that what she's talking about?
Let's see.
Can we zoom? Do you have like an HD version of that? An egg.
An egg near the crow.
An egg near the crow. Is she talking about the head of the doll?
Yeah, that looks like an egg for sure.
But I don't think it actually is an egg, so I can't.
No.
I know that. I guarantee that eggs are a clue on the show. You see them all the time. I mean, you see one in Victor's lunchbox. You see them in the background. People constantly referencing eggs. But I don't see an egg
Is there
there.
another crow?
Yeah, I think maybe she's talking about the head of the doll that she thought was an egg.
If you're posted in the Discord, I'll go pick it up. If you have a shot of it, there's another one of these posters too.
Oh yeah, that one's
because
zoomed in a bit. Yeah, now I remember. There's a different version of that.
yeah,
Um,
there's a
and
different version.
Delcinia just mentioned there's also an Easter egg on the wall of Megan's room.
Yes.
Uh, and the necessaire Easter egg is a artifact from history that is missing. No one knows where it is. And on the show, they use the word necessary in a very interesting way.
Okay, so Debbie Ebby
Listen,
Bobebby
sorry about
posted
what.
this.
Sorry, go on.
No, I was saying that Debbie Ebby Bobebby had posted this right here, going
Oh,
back to that wheel.
it
So yeah,
must be a
there's
wheel.
obviously another version because Victor's on the other side of Boyd in this one right here. If we could get this one, if anybody has this one right here, put it in the Discord. I'll go grab it.
I was just gonna read you the quote that has the word
Okay.
necessary in it. Listen, sorry about what happened down there, but it was necessary. That's Donna to Tabitha
Oh shit,
when they
there is
tied
an
him up.
egg by the crow.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm telling you, man. I knew eggs were a clue already.
Yeah, you
So yeah,
talked about that for sure. Oh,
Fabergé
let me
eggs,
see.
a game of Goose. Um, yeah. In the game of Goose, which is one of the board games that are being played, like from land, the town is one of the hazards in the game of Goose, guys, and the talismans are the 12 castle game pieces in the game of Pachisi. When a castle game piece is used, the player whose game pieces are next to it can't be killed by the other player's game pieces. So that's why the talismans are like protective because they're game pieces, in my opinion.
I
That is so
remember.
cool about the egg. I did not see that.
Yeah,
That's
I
very.
didn't see that either, and I didn't know about that. But look at that. That's awesome. That's crazy. Look at that.
We should look more. You should zoom around this picture. I bet there's more stuff to notice.
I don't have
Oh,
I don't have this. Where did this come from? Amazon, MGM
I'm
Studios?
let's look at the I think I sent you that link to the press website.
Yeah.
I think it's there. I think they put the HD version there, so I'm gonna have a look for it, see if I can send you the
Okay.
link.
I'm looking
Uh,
for it. It was kinda hard to find that stuff.
there you go, man.
Like, you
So
have to kinda
you have to
go.
filter it. You have to go to MGM
Oh,
Plus. You have to
and then
tick
it
the little
well,
box
From
that says
pops right up
MGM
in the
Plus.
front too.
Yeah, and then you have to go photo filter by from season 3. Then you go to
Okay, so they have the episodic photos. I think these are the ones that I grabbed.
it's the very last picture on page 3. Yeah.
All assets?
Let me see what you're looking at. I can't see your screen, so I can't see what you're looking at.
Okay.
But I can send it to you on WhatsApp. But the website, oh my god, it's so clear. Oh, maybe this will work. Can you click this link? See if it works.
Key art. Here it is. I found it.
Oh, the
Okay.
link I sent you doesn't work.
I got you. I got it. I got it. So let me go ahead and screenshot this, and I'm gonna blow this up real quick, and we're gonna chop this apart.
Well, that's interesting. One of the bottles, the top of the bottle has broken off, and the scroll is
Another
sticking out.
curse, maybe?
I don't know. I mean, maybe that's how the bottle. So, as you know, I'm pretty certain that Fromland is a curse that's inside a witch's bottle. And then there's many references to broken glass, which was an ingredient in witches' bottles, as well as references to urine. And they use the word piss quite often on the show, believe it or not. People mention people
Yeah.
going to the bathroom.
Piss
Hearts
off.
was used, like
Sarah went to
and
take a piss in the woods.
exactly, and nails. Like, there's so many references to nails. Like, even in the first episode, you see a zoom in of Jim unscrewing the nails from the table that's gone through Ethan's leg. Then you have a zoom in of Boyd hammering nails to repair the box.
Oh,
You
this is
have
not clear.
Kevin pulling out the nails on the window so that Jasmine can come in. You have people referencing nailing the window shut several times. Nails are also a clue on the show. So all of these are ingredients in a witch's bottle. And people constantly reference things being broken and shattered. So I think the witch's bottle that was supposed to contain the boogeyman has been broken in some way, which is what's letting the curse out. So everyone's still trapped in it because it's not fully shattered, but it is broken. So maybe that's what they're trying to say, which is the top of the bottle is broken, so it's not fully broken. And that's how the boogeyman can get out. Yeah, I need to look at this thing closely. There must be more things hidden away in here. I mean, have you
Okay.
seen the guy vomiting yellow liquid out his mouth at the top there?
Yeah.
So I actually predicted this in episode. I predicted this in my original theory, believe it or not. I predicted that the monsters would vomit yellow bile into a chalice. And the way this game is played is that fear is collected into yellow bile, pain is collected into blood, which is why there's blood in the music box. So it's the four humors, right? So the other one's black bile and phlegm. Black bile, I think, is courage. Phlegm, I think, is hope. But anyway, they basically the beings that serve the various players in this game, they collect the four humors inside their body somehow, and they vomit them up. And we see many people vomiting on the show as well, like Toby vomiting, Boyd vomiting, even Jade like sort of imitates vomiting, although
Elgin
Elgin
vomited,
vomits. So I think that
and his vomit was yellow and he vomited yellow vomit onto Randall.
exactly, and also when Toby vomits, it's yellow as well. So we see someone vomiting yellow. So it's my opinion that fear is collected in yellow bile. That's why the monsters walk away when Randall's like, "I'm not afraid of you," and they leave. It's because the monsters, they collect fear. They also collect. They don't collect pain, I don't think, unless unless they are game pieces for two players. Maybe they do collect pain, but there was only yellow bile. Yeah. Anyway, it's the emotions that they collect. But this is super interesting.
Yo,
So I didn't look at very closely at this. It seems, and I should have.
indeed. I mean, you got Boyd making mango sriracha bullets
Yes, that
with
too.
with with bile collected from the monster. And then look at the way that the bile was extracted. Like Christy just went ape shit on the monster's innards real quick, and then that's how then the bile started coming out. Like that whole thing, she had to stab it, in other words. You know.
Hmm.
That's crazy. Mango sriracha
Yeah.
bullets is crazy.
Yeah. Did you also notice in the top there that you can see one of the monsters is got his hand placed against a mirror?
Yes. So I was
Now,
able to blow it up very high quality in here. And so I'll just go into Photoshop and put them all together
sure, sure.
for the big that you see here. Yeah, that's very clear. Good. Yeah, that's definitely an egg with the crow. I think the crows are good. That's crazy. Every
Yeah, the
time
crows.
something happens or we start talking about something, it's something that I dropped a short about. I dropped a short yesterday about the lighthouse and multiple bodies of water. And then we get a picture of Kenny by that big lake. And today I dropped the video about the crows. It's a flashback video from one of my it's a short from one of my second video. And I was talking about the crows. I believe that the crows are warning you to don't go past that. Don't go past this tree here, because if you go past the tree, you're shit fucked from the very beginning. Like it's
I
no,
think
you
they
don't win.
were. I think they were warning them, but I think it was more like, guys, be on edge, be on your guard. We're gonna be creepy crows, and we're gonna creep you out so that you are on your guard now. I think
I
that's
agree.
kind of. I don't think they were being specifically like, "Don't come past the tree" necessarily. I think that they were just like, "We're gonna be creepy so that you think that something's wrong." That's kind of how I
I
see
agree.
their behavior.
Yo,
That
shout out to this guy for gifting a Real Enigmas and Theories membership. We appreciate that. If you were gifted that membership, shout him out and thank him for that, and then
Thank you,
celebrate
Vesica.
that you got those new emojis to play with. Yes, indeed. Thank you for your generosity, brother. It's much appreciated. Yes, indeed. If you guys would like to donate to the Newfoundland trip, oh yeah, we have an update on the Newfoundland trip as well. About Cape Race. Taran just hit me today and gave me the dates that Cape Race will actually be operational for tourism. So that's one of the stops on the Newfoundland trip. And what were those dates? Those dates are July something?
Yeah, unfortunately, it's mid-July.
Okay.
Oh no, early July. Sorry, early July. So that is the earliest we can go on this trip, which is fine. I mean, it's peak July 1st actually is fine, and until mid-September. So that's kind of when the tourist season starts. I sent you some pictures. I was
Yes.
wondering if you could flash up one of them later when you're ready.
Yeah.
But anyway, sorry. Please continue with your analysis of this poster, because
Oh,
there's some stuff on here that we need to look at more closely.
I think I know what
Um,
picture you wanted, right? This one?
no, it's the one with the telephone. The next
Oh.
one. No, to the right. There we go. Do you mind
Mm,
zooming in on what it says there in the top left?
right here.
Yeah.
This chrome
So
macaroni sign. Oh, go ahead.
no,
You
you go
go.
ahead.
You go ahead, do your
Oh,
thing.
okay. This chrome Marconi sign is all that remains of the Cape Race Radio Marconi LC5 transmitter.
Yeah,
Big
because I had
transmitter.
fucked that all up anyway. Yeah, I said
So-
macaroni.
well, it's probably they probably have the origins of a name is probably in the same root, I imagine. So it was unceremoniously bulldozed into the earth with most of Cape Race radio station. Thomas B. Merrick retrieved this plate and created this plaque in memory of Cape Race Radio. So you see that 1904 to 1967,
Hmm.
that because I believe Cape Race is above where the curse is buried. So I think the witch's bottle is actually underneath the lighthouse itself. I believe that up until 1967, the monsters had access to sitcoms. They had access to TV sitcoms, and that is why they look like 1960s black and white stereotypical American TV sitcom characters.
Right,
Because
Americana, like like some shit off Leave It to Beaver and shit like that.
exactly, or I Love Lucy. In fact,
Exactly.
I identified the milkman as being from I Love Lucy, maybe 6 months ago, and then interestingly, Tony Teflon actually noticed that himself as well. But that is the time
What
period that I
that
think that
what was that
I said
that he
Tony
noticed?
Teflon noticed that the I Love Lucy milkman looks like the milkman from um, uh, from himself.
From the
Yeah,
monster. Oh shit! No
yeah,
shit.
yeah. So he noticed that separately, even though I'd already identified it myself 6 months ago. So like I said, I'm not the only one making this connection. The other interesting thing is that the boogeyman, it appears that he's able to communicate with people via the telephone. Remember, the telephone rings when Thomas is stolen from when Thomas falls from the changing table, right? I believe that was the
Hmm.
boogeyman calling their house And isn't it interesting that by the gas station there's a phone booth as well? Yeah, there he is.
Yeah. Yes, there he is. Yeah, he's got the whole uniform. He's got the whole uniform. That is fucking crazy.
And by the way, that actress from I Love Lucy, she is one of the historical figures passing artifacts across time.
Ooh,
So,
Lucille
well,
Ball.
yeah, let me see where. So where is she in my theory?
Okay.
I think it's
And
the one
this
that.
is why all the monsters kind of have like a monochrome color.
Yes, exactly. It's not exclusively, because color television did arrive in the 1960s. So there are
Right.
pops of color here and there, but you know, Jasmine's all black and white and gray. The interesting thing about Jasmine, and interestingly, Julie has the same theory as me on this, and we came to it separately. She wipes the blood from her collar because her illusion is black and white and it ruins her illusion.
Yo,
Now,
that's crazy. Yeah, so
Lucille Ball is in here, but I can't remember where.
who gave her the book?
I'm trying to find her in the theory. I remember coming across her and thinking she was on it. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it wasn't her, maybe it was someone she knew. Um I'm pretty sure she was on it on my list. I just can't. There's so many names to read through. It's hard to find her. Um, don't worry. I'll
And
come back to it.
and I would say like some of the monsters have a little pop. They do seem a little more colorful than others, especially the cowboy. The cowboy looks like a little more vibrant in color than the other ones. He
Well, he's
doesn't
that
look like
stereotype of a Lone Star cowboy, isn't he?
yeah, like from like the show Bonanza or some shit like that.
Yeah.
You
I mean,
know,
I'm at such a disadvantage because I did not grow up in America, so I don't have any of this like cultural context to jump from. I've had to research this all myself. Um, but you know, it's all
and see,
good.
here's Bonanza right here. Here's Bonanza. This is Bonanza. This is what's this guy's name here? I can't. It's on the tip of my tongue. But there's Bewitched. Oh man, what's this guy's name?
Yeah, Bewitched is definitely a part of this.
Yeah,
100%.
Tabitha was the daughter. Tabitha was the daughter.
Yeah, and Bewitched started in 1965, so that means they had 2 years of watching it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, and he
And
does look like a character off of Bonanza or Gunsmoke. He looks more like of a Gunsmoke character. The cowboy. He definitely looks like somebody off of Gunsmoke. I wonder now, speaking of this and just looking at this picture right here, I wonder why is there a sheriff's badge with handcuffs and things of that nature? Gomer Pyle. Yes, that's Gomer Pyle. Yeah, that's definitely like I used to watch Gomer Pyle. I used to also watch the Andy Griffith show. Don Knotts is like one of my favorite characters. I remember when Don Knotts was on Scooby Doo. Yeah,
hmm.
shit. I remember I think Lucille Ball was on Scooby Doo. Dolly Parton. Scooby
Yeah,
Doo.
Liza Minnelli was on my list as well, who was friends with Lucille Ball.
Okay. Liza Minnelli. This
I'm
is
gonna
Dick Van Dyke right here. The Dick Van Dyke show was fire back in the day. Leave It to Beaver was like Leave It to Beaver is who most of those monsters remind me of. Like the way they dress and everything, they just look like an episode of Leave It to Beaver. A creepy episode of Leave It to Beaver, you know.
Mhm.
We have somebody that represents like the Munsters. There was another show like the Munsters that was very similar to the Munsters. If anybody remembers that, throw that one down in there. Somebody bank run said all you know is Texas Ranger. Yeah. My grandparents used to watch Walker, Texas Ranger. We talking about some Chuck Norris right there. That show had a good run. Yo, Bank Run is in the building. Good to see you.
I can't find it.
Gardenia Blossoms, how you doing? Okay, we got Leah in the building. Good to see you. I appreciate you.
You like the Rat Pack, don't you?
Yeah, Sammy Davis Jr., Frank Sinatra, and them cats. Yeah, I'm hip.
Yeah, they are definitely part of the clue chain.
Oh yeah, Sammy Davis Jr. is a part of the one eye symbolism for sure
Yeah.
because he had a whole fake eye.
Mm,
I remember him telling the story about how his eye fell out. He said his eye just started coming out and he caught it in his hand and shit. I remember he
would-
was doing an interview talking about it. This was before the internet when I saw this.
mm,
This was like I was a kid watching this interview. It's probably on the internet somewhere,
mhm.
but he talks about how his eye just fell out his head. You know, so
Yeah, yeah. So would you like to know the path? I'll just very quickly go through it.
yeah, go
I'll
ahead,
start
go
off.
through the path.
So it goes. I'm not sure. So anyway, the earliest one I have for that one, it connects somewhere, but I didn't do it properly. But anyway, Ed Wynn, Walt Disney. Then it goes to Mary Blair, Rudolph Ising, Hugh Harmon, William Hanna, then Gene Kelly, then Judy Garland, then the rat. I think that's when it splits from Judy Garland. It goes to Liza Minnelli and Lucille Ball, but I ended up ignoring that path and not writing it out. But then it goes from Judy Garland to a Rat Pack to Angie Dickinson to Sidney Poitier, Marlon Brando, Jack Nicholson. Then it goes Susan Sarandon, David Bowie, Freddie Mercury, Brian May, Stephen Hawking to Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh, that's
That's
crazy.
that's the order. So it ends. I'm no fan of Neil deGrasse Tyson particularly, but I do believe that he might be the modern day scientist that they have on the show. Because they have like a musician. They're gonna have a writer. They're gonna have an actor. They're gonna have a musician. And they're probably gonna have a scientist. As part of this like secret order. Like there's gonna be cameos on this show. I'm sure. I'm absolutely sure. And I think Neil deGrasse Tyson is one of them.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry to go on a ramble there.
Oh
I
no,
know
not at all.
it just seems so out of it seems so far fetched that I'm able to predict this, but we'll see if I'm right. I don't know. It will be so embarrassing if I'm wrong at this point, but I'm so certain of it that I'm happy to put my reputation on the line.
Oh, that's fire. Don't worry about it. We still gonna rock with you. As a matter of fact, I'm sure a lot of people want to actually if your theory's not right, I'm sure a lot of people actually want to see it created in the way that you presented it, like in a show. Like I've heard actually people say that already. Even if your theory isn't right, I want to see you write a show about it. I want to see a show written on your theory. Nah,
Yeah,
because
I hope
it's
so.
really dope. It makes a lot of sense. I fuck with it heavy.
Well,
I'm
I know
trying to.
some of it's right. Like, actually, I am aware that the John Cabot stuff is correct. I'm like I've solved. There's way too many connections to it. Literally hundreds. It's impossible that the John Cabot element is not accurate. Um, the passage of artifacts across time. How certain? If someone said, Taran, you got to bet $100,000 and you got to pick the odds. I would say 60%. I'm 60% sure.
For whatever reason, this is not like hitting right on point, but we could still zoom in and catch certain stuff. Okay, that looks better. All right, so where are we at now? This is high def. This is going to be super clear. All right.
Oh, what? Yeah, what if you could see something in the reflection of Boyd's eyes?
Nothing there. Okay, let's see. We can tighten this one up.
Oh, by the way, I would like to make a prediction.
Go
On
for it.
season 3, people are going to start wearing more and more green,
Oh yeah,
as is
they're
Tilly.
gonna. Yeah,
Tilly
as is
is
who?
Tilly. Tilly is the avatar of the being that is color coded green. And for some reason, I don't know what emotion is attached to that being. It's the like psychopomp archetype, the messenger archetype. No idea what emotion it will be. It'll be a kind of weird neutral emotion. But yeah, people are gonna start wearing green.
Yo, look at this. This guy looks weird.
Well, look at the trees upside down as well. Did you notice that?
Yes, the trees are upside down.
So you know how there's a
This
mirror?
guy looks super weird though. Like, what the hell? He looks like he's turning into one of the slow monsters. Like, he doesn't
Yeah, for sure.
necessarily. Where'd it go? Oh, my fault. Yeah, he looks like he doesn't look like he's necessarily one of them yet. He looks like he's turning into one or something. He looked like he just downloaded like 60% real quick. And his download, he like his controller died or something in the middle of the download. I don't know. Like this, he doesn't necessarily look like one of them. Uh he doesn't look like one of the slow monsters. Hold on.
Why do you think the one of the dolls looks a bit like Hellraiser?
Uh Okay, I wanted to talk about that today too, and I wanted to talk about this real quick. I don't know.
Cool.
I think this is what I think. I think, all right, so let's say you're the set designer. Hold on. Let me set the stage real quick for this. Um, okay. So let's say you're the set designer, your boss comes to you and he says, "Yo, we need these dolls. I want you to create these dolls for the show," right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Doesn't this look like the reference that he gave him to in order to create these like things here?
Oh yeah, look,
Like this,
they're definitely Nikisi dolls or Nakondi dolls, depending on how you look at them. Um,
yeah.
the question is why make it look like Hellraiser? I think it's because one of the people involved in the making of Hellraiser um, is one of the like people in this clue chain. One of these people passing artifacts across time.
Oh, interesting.
So, but I can't remember who it is. It's someone.
Okay,
There's
where
a
is
whole
the
bunch
one
of
that looked
people
like
involved in
they
horror
didn't
films.
have that one in the pictures, but it was in the trailer. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the one that had the nails in the head.
Yeah, yeah, just in the head, kind of like Hellraiser has like a crown of nails, you know.
Let's see here. I don't know. That could be a clue. That could be
Let me see what
definitely a
it was.
clue. But when I see these dolls, I
Doug
say, okay,
Bradley.
if I
It's Doug
wanted
Bradley.
somebody to create those dolls, I mean, this is what I would give them. I'd be like, yo, here, this is your reference. I need something like this. Don't make it look just like it, but this would be a reference. I don't know of any other kind of that would fit the reference. I mean, and these don't actually fit the reference of this particular one that I have in the shot, but the one you're talking about definitely looks like this. Like is definitely reminiscent of, you know,
I
these
left it in the
dolls.
comments for you.
What happened?
I left in the comments the chain that leads to Doug Bradley. So you see
Tony
Doug
Todd,
Bradley?
Kane Hodder, Doug Bradley, Clive Barker, and Jordan Peele. Oh, that's crazy. Jordan Peele
I
was
think
born in
Jordan Peele is going to be
79.
on From. I think Jordan Peele is going to be on From, personally.
Okay. Let's see. Look at what Carrie said. Hey, Carrie, how you doing? Good to see you in here as
I think
well.
the 3 dolls represent the 3 we will see on this season, that the 3 will not be in danger from the monsters. So you're talking about Julie, talking about Randall, talking about Marielle. Now that is interesting. Why is it that Randall lives even though he sort of falls to the ground and like claws at his face like he's has the cicadas crawling all over him again? What is why does he survive? Is he immune from the monsters, kind of like Boyd seems to be, where they never seem to kill him? Maybe. Maybe. I guess we'll find out.
I think that Boyd is immune because he got bit by the spiders. I also think that is what fixed his Parkinson's. Now, here's the thing: a lot of people see Boyd like even if you look in these pictures, there's a lot of pictures of Boyd like holding his arm. Like he's holding his arm here. Almost in every picture, he's holding his arm. Not in this one. Yeah, he's holding his arm, or look at his arm right here. It looks like his arm is hurt. I think that this is this is obviously before. Well, that would be from the gunshot. I think he took a shot to the shoulder, and he didn't go to Colony House. I don't think that the place is going to heal Boyd unless he goes to Colony House. Look, Jim's forehead is still scratched up. That didn't even heal. And
Yeah,
that
it must
happened.
be. It must because he has a scratch on his head when he goes on the journey with Kenny as well.
Yeah, and when he answers the phone, he was limping, so he's still hurt.
Yeah, I agree with Alyssa. By the way, I think the spiders did fix his Parkinson's, for sure. I wonder about Boyd's shoulder as well. I mean, you take a was it a shotgun to the shoulder?
Yeah, it was a shotgun, and
I mean,
it was
Reggie
a
wasn't
rifle. I
that.
think it was either a rifle or a shotgun.
I think it was a shotgun because it like sprays his shoulder, right? That's why it's in it's in
Yeah,
bits
that's
rather
why you
than
see a bunch of different holes
yeah.
in his jacket. Yeah, buckshot.
So, why is he walking around without any sort of bandage or a sling? I think Boyd healed very quickly as well. I think healing quickly is going to be a big theme in season 3. I think Fatima potentially. I mean, look, episode 6 is called Scar Tissue. So somebody heals quickly, potentially. I just feel like that's what it's symbolizing, personally.
Yeah, scar tissue. You hear about scar tissue with pregnant women a lot. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that having something to do with her. Or what if it has something to do with that person that we see like that's injured at Colony House?
Sorry, say again.
That person that we see Marielle trying to administer some aid to on the couch at Colony House.
Oh, was that
I don't.
Marielle?
Yeah, that was Marielle.
Yeah, she's the red shirt for the ambulance episode. I think she gets shot through the window when either the police officer or the criminal she was transporting in the ambulance shoot out the window of Colony House accidentally, and that is what spurs Boyd and potentially Randall to go and try and get the ambulance because somebody's in need of medical help. They need something from the ambulance to get this girl to survive. How Boyd, who stays in the sheriff station, knows that someone's been shot in Colony House and that he needs to get the ambulance, I don't know. Maybe he's just brave and sees an ambulance arrive and heads out to help. Maybe that's what happens. But, he definitely gets waylaid and stops off on Randall's bus. Maybe the monsters sort of surround him and his only escape is climbing onto the bus. And then he convinces Randall to help him. And
Yeah.
then Randall
Okay.
begins his redemption arc. Randall has a huge redemption arc this season. I think
Yes.
Marielle will also have a major redemption arc. You know, I think the showrunners know that everyone hates Marielle. I mean, they've literally given us no reason to like her. And look, I love the show, I really do. But the romance between Christy and Marielle, I don't think has been done very well, because all that seems to happen is like Marielle gets angry at Christy for an unreasonable reason. Christy then deals with some sort of problem in Fromland, gets upset. Marielle forgives her for the thing that Christy didn't even do wrong in the first place. They then comfort each other and tell each other that they love them, and then they repeat that. You know, I think they did it at least twice, and I don't know, I didn't see any great moments between Marielle and Christy that were characterful, I guess. It just felt a
I
little.
thought the withdrawal stuff was kind of, that was good.
No, don't get me wrong, I liked Marielle's role and the dramatic tension that she created and the
Yeah, there
plot.
was nothing, the chemistry was lacking up until the point where Christy started showing concern for her being going through withdrawal.
That's true, actually. Now that I think about it, that is the point when the show redeems itself. But I still, you know, I just didn't see them as a couple
I didn't
because the
either.
moments between them felt a little contrived. You know, they share cookies, they talk about a rock, they do a haircut. You know, very little of it told me about how they are together. You know, what made them be a couple. You know very little about how their relationship works other than Marielle's past addiction. You know, I just don't. I think that we need more. But in any case, I think at the end of a season, Marielle, you know, you're kind of set up to hate her because you've had more time with Kenny. Kenny's you know, one of the favorite characters on the show for many people.
Yeah, their
You know,
chemistry was on point.
yeah, it was great.
Christy and Kenny
So
was on point.
definitely. But in any case, I think that Marielle is gonna be possessed by the boogeyman in the same way that Boyd was going to be possessed by, the boogeyman, and this is why Marielle has the dream of the ballet dancer, in the same way that Boyd did, and she says, "I think I'm having the same dreams as Boyd," right? We gotta remember Marielle, the actress who plays her is a professional, professionally trained ballet dancer. She said in
Mhm.
interviews that she pursues roles that allow her to dance. Her last major role was a Netflix show where she literally played a ballet dancer that does kind of like alternative ballet dancing. You know, and why would they hire this actress? I think she's a great actress, by the way. I just think, you know, it didn't quite work, some of the scenes. And they were clues, you know, the scenes were clues, but they just didn't quite work for the other purpose of them. Um, you know, I have to be critical every now and again. Um, but yeah, so you know, Marielle is going to be possessed by the boogeyman and going to do some creepy dancing. You know, that's going to be less interesting to the viewers if they hate her. You know, if they don't have any sympathy for Marielle, if they don't really like her being Christie's girlfriend, then when she becomes the boogeyman, we're going to be like, good, great that she's the boogeyman. Instead of like, oh, I feel for Christy, they're going to be like, you know, do you see what I mean? So I think Marielle, she does need a
Right.
redemption.
Yeah, like they're setting up something we want.
Yeah. So if Marielle is going to be the avatar for the boogeyman, do some creepy ballerina dancing, say some creepy stuff to everyone, and then Boyd's eventually going to need to shoot her in the back of the head, because there's a very interesting scene where Boyd, in the dream that Marielle has, where Smiley's marching towards her down the corridor, and Boyd is shooting her, shooting Smiley over her shoulder. They literally have a shot that looks like Boyd is pointing his gun at Marielle's head. They're
Mm.
clearly foreshadowing Marielle getting shot in the back of the head by Boyd, in my opinion. And I think that's because
Mm.
Boyd is forced to, because Marielle gets possessed by the boogeyman, starts doing evil shit, and at some point she does something that requires him to literally execute her with a shot to the back of the head. That's a prediction I'm making. I don't even know if I've got it in my
That will
theory.
be a very, that's interesting. That's very interesting. and that would cause more tension between the residents and Boyd. Christy would be done with Boyd. And she would be like, how the hell are you letting Sarah live, but you kill her? And Boyd is going because, Christy wasn't there when Boyd had to, kill his wife. So she doesn't really, she knows about it, but it doesn't hit like that for her. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, someone's pointing out a green top on the table. Bank run. Which top are you talking about? Is it that one? That's a bag.
That's a bag.
Oh, maybe it's a bag. Okay.
And it's
Sorry,
green.
Rio, I interrupted you there.
But no. Oh, he's talking about the top of the pepper shaker.
Well, look, we are definitely going to see way more green this season.
3 right there. There's 3 different shades of green right there all together in that one section of the shot.
I promise you, on this show, people tend to wear blue.
Good eye, bank run.
Yeah, very good eye. Blue, yellow, black, and pink or sort of purple or red, right? Those are the 4 primary colors on this show. In season 3, as we get introduced to a new player, well, they're not actually a player. I don't even know what they are, to be honest. There's 4 players and 3 additional beings. And this is one of the 3 additional beings. Tilly's their avatar. I have no idea if they're a player, but they only play the extra games when it's not a 4-player game. I don't know how it works. We'll have to see. But there are 7 beings and 4 players. And I think we're going to see green because there's a new being on the scene. And I think that's Tilly's boss, basically.
Tilly's boss. So you down with the Tilly slander, eh?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't before. And then I realized that green is the color of the messenger archetype being. And then I realized that there's only 2 people who wear green in the first 2 seasons, and it's Tilly, and we're introduced to her in green, and then very briefly, I think Fatima wears like a green top for a little bit. So, it's not very strong evidence, but Tilly seems to be passing messages around all the time. She's constantly bouncing around, giving people information. That seems like the sort of thing a messenger would do. Fatima does not do that. She basically just stays in Colony House the whole time. I don't think I've seen her in town more than like a handful of times. So yeah, generally I would say Tilly is this green being, and it's interesting. They make her top turquoise to kind of hide it. It's green. It's a very intense color, but it's kind of has a little bit of a blue tinge to it as well. So I think that the showrunners were being very sneaky there, very sneaky indeed. But that's just my crazy brain finding connections everywhere. But I'm pretty sure that's what's going on.
Okay. I am not team hate Tilly. I think Tilly's evil. That her suspicions that they have raised about Tilly, with her knowing certain things like Sarah being in town, Boyd going on a trip, her having the morphine to entice Mari, her
knowing that Fatima's pregnant,
knowing that Fatima was pregnant, her stopping Jim from investigating the light fixture when it was blinking. That's not enough for me. The Donna shit is way bigger. The argument for Donna. One. Say again?
There's 7. There's 7, man. There's 7 people on this show who are being maybe not controlled, but influenced for sure. They definitely have their own minds, unless they're controlled by the boogeyman or one of the evil ones. Then they have no control. But for the other ones, they're sort of being influenced. So Donna definitely has her own personality, but she works for the spider. And she's sort of the avatar for the spider. I think she's like the main game piece for the spider, to be honest. I think that might be how it works.
That's a crazy notion.
I know, man. I can't wait for season 3. I can't wait for season 4. To be honest, season 3 is gonna give us like 3 major revelations, I think, and then we're gonna have to wait until season 4 for anyone's theories to be proven right. I don't think we're gonna get any confirmations this season other than bloodlines and time travel
Okay.
and a Canadian town.
Okay, so we got Sheldon says we also got to see Tien Chen's bottoms. It's black, the same as the person who Boyd was carrying in the church. Not only the bottoms, but her shirt as well. You can see right here when we zoom in that we can see her shirt. And we could even see the undershirt right here.
Yeah.
So, you know,
if I may,
she's probably gutted.
Yeah, Real, you noticed something really interesting as well on the cart. The material that seems to hang from the foot looks quite
Yes.
similar to the material of Fatima's sort of, I guess it's like a flowy shirt.
Yeah.
And I think the poster actually has a much better image of the material than we've ever seen before. So that might be worth doing a side by side on.
This poster here?
Yeah. The main poster, yeah.
Oh,
She's in
yeah.
there
I thought the same thing, but I pulled them together and it wasn't it. But I did find somebody who that's been wearing that the whole show. Let me see if I can find the pictures of her. Yeah, she's been wearing that shirt the whole show, that fabric the whole show. And you see her sitting on the porch on Colony House in season 1. She's like a character that we don't even know her name. Hold on. Let me put this in here so we can pull her up.
Real, I'm afraid I have to shoot off.
Pause. Okay, here she is. You see it?
Oh. So do you think it might be 2 feet? Do you think it's a pile of bits?
Yes. I think it's more than one.
That is pretty close, but I haven't seen Fatima up close. Do you have a Fatima up close one?
Let's see.
Let's zoom in on that one. You'd have to crop in, I guess. Can you zoom? There's some similarity there, but I guess they would do that though to mess with us, you know. That's the thing.
Yeah.
They mess with us in this trailer like nobody's business.
But I think
John Griffin, you're a sneaky man. There's definitely some sneaky tricks, and I'm sure they were geared towards getting theorists to be like, you fooled me, you got me. I'm pretty sure by the end of this season, some of us are going to be like, that trailer misled us. I'm sure that I'm sure that that's going to be a conclusion that people come to.
Oh yeah, I think that I have proven that the trailers are misleading.
I mean, they definitely do the fake voice. They definitely change Boyd's shoulder to have like blood coming out of it. You know, those are 2 things that you noticed 100% on your own. I don't think they necessarily helped us solve the show anymore.
I noticed one of them while I was on the line with you. I think I had the program up looking at both of them.
Yeah, the shoulder one. The shoulder one was when we were together. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, and let's see.
But I have to go, Real. I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem. No problem. I'm gonna just keep going from where we're at right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking for another picture of this same woman here. Here it is. Okay, I found it. Let's put it in there.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Yeah, there's definitely some similarities. But you know, it looks a little like Fatima's shirt as well.
There she is. Ooh, look right here.
That's a good one.
That's it. That's her right there. This is season 1.
She wears something similar.
And here's season 2. And
Yeah.
you could tell it's the same thing because you right here, you could see right through it and you could see the window. So it's that same sheer fabric, how you can see through it right here. You can see through it. You can see right there on the banister on the porch. So she has like this see-through thing that she wears. And she's a character that we really don't care about. And she's always around when Ellis is around. She was around, I think, at Fatima's party. She was
Wow.
there on the porch before Ethan's crutch scene. Um, and then here you have this. And it looks very similar to me. But it
Yeah.
also looks like the one that we were talking about, Fatima, too. I can't front.
Yeah, man. Well, anyway,
But
I will drop off.
yes, indeed.
I just wanted to say one thing, which was I feel like I might be monopolizing your time and not giving other people an opportunity to call in and speak with you. So
Don't even trip. Like we have we're definitely gonna right.
I just want to make sure that you know, when I leave, I remind people that they can call in so that people don't feel like I'm monopolizing your time.
Oh no, this is like a dynamic duo type of situation. You know what I mean? So yeah, don't worry about that at all. And people like yesterday I didn't do the call in because it was one of those spur of the moment joints. I had to head out like shortly after you did.
Oh yeah, it
But
was just
like
an
today
idea.
I'm definitely gonna open the line after I get done talking and going on a couple of rants over here. I might not even do that. I might not want to put that kind of pressure on my voice. I'm losing my voice, y'all. So for those who weren't here when I said that earlier, my voice is going. I know people probably noticed it yesterday, but I noticed it after I got off yesterday. My voice was just like, yo. So yeah, I might just open the lines and we'll go back and forth, but I'm gonna go on a rant or two. Got to.
Sweet. All right, man. Well, take it easy. See you on the next one. Bye
Yeah, your name's in the like Carrie said, your name's in the title, bro.
bye.
Your name's in the title with a joint, so it's all good. People know, people understand. Yeah.
All right. All right. Take it easy, everyone. Bye bye.
Peace. Yes, indeed. That was the great Taran Matharu. As always, we love having the brother up here. It's always dope. Me and him and I going back and forth. What you see us doing here on the stream is kind of like what we do. Like, you know, we'll sit there on the phone and rap about this for a little while. Uh, pardon me. Him and I know I do. I can speak for myself. I know I spend entirely too much time on this show, y'all. I love this show. I really do love this show. So when you tuning in, you tuning into a connoisseur of this show. Like, I love this show. This is my favorite show. I have others I like too, but this one right here just takes the cake. But Mr. Fishing Loaves, the whole thing about the Mr. Fishing Loaves, when that was revealed and they revealed what happened and how what he had to do with his wife, and it answered a question. One of the big mysteries that I was having was, why in the hell is his son like acting like that towards him? You know, you might not look at it like that now, but when you were first watching the show, like, weren't you like wondering like why, what was the beef all about? And when you found out what the beef was, it was like, whoa, like, whoa. I wanted to make arguments for Boyd. I wish I would have been in this town when that happened. I would have been like, yo, nah, this guy just found the talismans, yada, yada, yada. He can't control what someone else does. This place does stuff to people. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And I'm sure Abby wasn't the first person to snap in a place like this. I mean, that's highly unlikely that she would be the first person to do something like this. And the Mr. Fishing Loaves situation just is talking to me. It's a biblical reference. They're definitely adding a biblical reference, the Vesica Pisces and the fisherman, uh, the fisher's hook. There are many different things. What type of knot did Victor tie in that rope? It was some sort of noose that he tied to cascade down the side of Colony House with Julie. You know, it was something about that as well to me, that Victor just knew how to tie that knot like he did, and you know, so that it wouldn't slip, and you know, but then he was so timid and scared when he saw the ventriloquist dummy. Um, you know, he was so timid and scared when Jade yelled at him. You know what I mean? And then when he yelled at Jade, it was like a little kid, you know. It was very childish. But when Julie was in there, I mean, he hopped to action. He was like grown man status all day. Like he had the rope was ready. He tied the ill knot, gave Julie the drawings, told her to go first, and he went behind her, which would have been, that's the way you're supposed to do it. You let her go first, because what if one of them monsters would have been in the room, would have came through the room while you going down first, and now she in there with the monster. So you send her out the window first. Like he did everything right. You know what I'm saying? Then he looked at her, he grabbed her like, yo, if you want to see your family again, you got to follow me to these woods. Like he was just a total different person. And so I think that's very relevant when you look at the fact that Julie was the only person that we seen him be kind towards. And then Julie and her mother are the only person who we seen him offer food and snacks. He offered Julie some of the peaches. He also offered Tabitha some cookies in the truck. He gave her snacks for her voyage. Let me look through what are you guys commenting and saying along with me here. Your passion is what brought us all to you, Real. Oh, thank you. That's a dope comment right there, Dr. Deb. Thank you so much. Knot is probably a nautical method. Yes, Purple Alizé. You hit it right on the head where I was going. I'm connecting all of these things together. The knot that Victor tied is probably had some sort of nautical purpose as well. We have the wheel, okay, and there's also a ship's wheel somewhere on the show. I forget where it's at, but there is another. It's either a picture of a ship's wheel or an actual ship's wheel. And all of these things are connected. The Julie connection. Give me a second. I actually put this in a video, and I'm gonna play a piece of it just to give what I'm saying a certain nuance real quick. Hold on, where are we at? Okay, I think it's in this video. Okay, yes, here it is. I'm gonna play a piece of this video, y'all. Uh, it's the starving time video. Okay. Another video. Oh man, what? In a previous video of mine, I speak about how Tabby may be able to contact Julie in some way. I pointed out the drawing of Julie inside of the lunchbox that Victor gave her, and also the parallel between Tabby pulling back the curtain to the left and seeing the sun, and the curtain being pulled back to the right for Julie to look outside at the crescent moon. In Tabby's hospital room, you can see the blue and yellow cups on the counter. Blue and yellow are always used on this show. It was used many times in the last episode of season 2, but it's been used throughout the show pretty frequently. Okay, so Fatima, it seems that when I'm going through these rants where I'm connecting certain things, some of you are like automatically following me, like right on, because the picture that Victor drew of Julie sleeping is connected to this whole theory about the Vesica Pisces, Tabitha connecting Julie, the Vesica Pisces and Boyd, Mr. Fish and Loaves, the Vesica Pisces with this other entity that's there as well. And so that's the connection. It's better for me to put my thoughts down, like write them down, like, sit and write them down. However, I'm going to walk through this real quick and then open up the lines for everybody. What I'm actually trying to lead you to is show you that the cave painting or the paintings in the tunnels under the Matthews house. Notice how close it that painting was to the Matthews house. Okay, it was right under it. They moved just down the hallway in the corridor, and boom, there's a painting. And he's like, "See, they make drawings too." That is not a history. That's a prophecy on that wall. That's not a history. And I'm trying to show you guys where it begins. It begins on the right side of the drawing, where that Vesica Pisces symbol is, because that's totally connected. And I can show you how it's connected. But I'm gonna back up a little bit for what the sister was just saying here about Julie sleeping, because that's in the video. Parts of the trailer and other videos. In a previous video of mine, I speak about how Tabby may be able to contact Julie in some way. I pointed out the drawing of Julie inside of the lunchbox that Victor gave her, and also the parallel between Tabby pulling back the curtain to the left and seeing the sun, and the curtain being pulled back to the right for Julie to look outside at the crescent moon. In Tabby's hospital room, you can see the blue and yellow cups on the counter. Blue and yellow are always used on this show. It was used many times in the last episode of season 2, but it's been used throughout the show pretty frequently. The color yellow is commonly associated with sunlight and heat, while the blue is linked to moonlight, water, and cold. Combined, these colors make green, which is associated with life or a cycle. Okay, so this is what Taran was talking about earlier. And see, I talked about this last year, but this is the video. I decided to put it in there because it actually connects to the whole Puritan aspect as well when it comes to the cycle part. There was a brother in the comment who said he was a Mason, and he asked me about he said, "I'm a Mason. What Masonic connections do you see?" If you come back in here, if he's watching right now and you come back in here, let me know. If I don't see his comment, somebody highlight me, let me know, and I will respond to that. I'll give y'all my live response to the whole Masonic aspect of the show. I haven't even brought it out yet or said anything about it to anybody other than Taran, but I'm gonna bring it out. It's fire. And I did say something about it when I showed you some of the poses that have been done on the show. So if y'all see the brother in there and he says he's in there, and the guy that's a Mason, I think he was rewatching it and he commented. If y'all see him, let me know he's in there. Okay. He said he's a 33rd degree Mason. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. But I could drop it on you. The two towers in episode 110 We saw both towers at the same time. We didn't see any towers before that other than the rook that Boyd kept from Kenny, that had the blood soaked in it. I also want to point out that when Kenny was talking to Boyd about why he was chopping down the tree and making a new chess set, Kenny says the phrase, "The blood is soaked into the wood." So that's just another esoteric clue to what I've been talking about on the show as far as the bloodline, the trees, the wood, the wooden wheels, the gears, all of that. That's all that connection. If you know, you know. If you know the page, you know. But Taran was just talking about this green, the green color. But the checkerboard patterns representing the positive and negative. Also, the two towers that we are presented with in episode 110 are reference to Joaquin and Boaz, and the destruction of the first tower in season 1, and the destruction of the glass on the tower in season 2. Both of these are the phallic symbols, and so I can go into it more, but those are some of um the nuances that I caught as far as the Masonic flair. Okay. So, yo, you know what? And I'm not doubting you. I don't know. You know, you just popping in the comments saying no disrespect at all. And that's why I'm like breaking it down to you. I'm sure you caught some of these notes that I'm saying in here. I'm breaking it down to you because I mean, you say you're a 33rd degree Mason. I mean, all right, I'll take you. I'll take it at face value. I don't know. It was just like the comment was strange. It was just like, I'm a 33rd degree. Let me hear it. Like, so that's why I said that. But I gave it to you anyway. I gave you a little preview on it. So there you have it. So I know that if you are familiar with the esoterics of Freemasonry, then you can agree that these signs are definitely in there. It's even the Mr. Fishing Loaves and the ritual for the widow's son is also within the show as well. So I'm sure you're familiar with that. But I wanted to talk about this because Taran says that in season 3, we'll start to see a lot of green. And I agree with that. That's something that I predicted as well. That's why I had made this video. I made this last year. I knew that they were going to do that. The moment that I saw the yellow cup and the blue cup on Tabitha's counter in the hall in the hospital, the moment that I saw that, I said, "Oh yeah, they're going to start showing green a lot next season." And I even said it here on this show. It was used many times in the last episode of season 2, but it's been used throughout the show pretty frequently. The color yellow is commonly associated. Here we go. I think you should call in. Let's have a good dialogue about it. Here is the StreamYard link for anyone that wants to call in. We can start the dialogue as soon as I wrap this up. Associated with sunlight and heat, while the blue is linked to moonlight, water, and cold. Combined, these colors make green, which is associated with life or a cycle. The cup is associated with the divine feminine qualities of the womb, and the womb is shaped like a cup or grail, as in Holy Grail. If you didn't know, the Holy Grail is believed to be the cup that Jesus drank from at the Last Supper. It was also the cup used to catch the blood of Jesus during his crucifixion. The crescent moon is also associated with the cup because of its shape. And Julie was also looking up at the crescent moon, the womb. And Tabby peered at the light of the world, or the sun. Mary and baby Jesus have been depicted inside of the ancient symbol known as the Vesica Pisces. This symbol is used to depict Jesus in artwork as far back as 1097 AD and further. This symbol is relevant to the show and is actually referenced multiple times. Boyd's nickname is the main clue that ties this reflection together. Mr. Fish and Loaves is a direct reference to the biblical story of Jesus and the two fish, which is found in the book of Matthew, as in Tabitha Matthews or the Matthews family. Father Kotri also references the book of Matthew. In Latin, the Vesica Pisces means bladder of the fish due to the shape of the dual circle's intersection point. I could go on about this, and I will, but we have time to do that in future videos, and I'll show a connection to all of that later on in this video. So for now, let's just keep it moving. Now, with all of these Jesus references, so the brothers here, I'm going to get to this last part here that I said I was going to continue on, and then we'll get to the dialogue. Here we go. We'll find out. Here we have the other shot in the basement. Oh, we have somebody else in here too. To me, the most recognizable part about this shot is the cave cage that. Thank you, Chocolate Beauty, for your generous donation. We appreciate you. Yes, indeed. Come on, cousins. We got 98 people in here watching. Only 46 likes. Let's up it a little something. Let it get out there to the algorithm and let everybody know we rocking. Okay. Tabby scene when she was in the tunnels with Victor. We also see a painting of a shadowy figure that appears to be a Puritan from the 17th century time period, descendants from early Pilgrim settlers. Now, if you're familiar with my work on this channel, you know that I have spoken about the clues to Native American history on this show, which would most definitely be intertwined with Pilgrims and Puritans. The man that Jade sees drinking from a skull also is clothed in garments from that time period. The Gooey kids also wear undergarments from this time period. And as I've stated before, I believe that this drawing of Ellis's is depicting two men carrying children. The children appear to be in white, and notice the frilled collar of this guy on the left. The Puritans are connected to the Salem witch trial. I remember seeing Donna tied to that tree and instantly thinking about the Salem witch trial. Those witch trials were initiated by the Puritans in 1692. 19 accused witches were hanged on Gallows Hill in 1692. An indigenous slave named Tituba was at the center of that shadowy Puritan painting in the basement, and the Puritan we see drinking from the skull. It makes me wonder if it's connected to a phrase brought to America by the Puritan. Memento mori, which means remember you must die. It became baked into the Puritan aesthetic and was a reminder to live in spite the inevitability of death. Now, with that being a large staple in the strict religious background of the Puritans and used commonly in 17th century graveyards throughout New England and the upper mid-Atlantic, makes me think about Jamestown, Virginia in the year 1609. A date that we see on the wall in Tabby's dream. In the winter of 1609 at Virginia's Jamestown colony, all of the food resources had ran out and the crops did not survive or were destroyed by Powhatan Indians. English settlers were afraid to leave the fort due to the real threat of the Powhatan. Some residents were forced to do the unthinkable by eating anything they could, including rats, shoe leather, and other settlers. The strongest evidence that this took place was the skull of a 14-year-old girl with cut marks on the bone and signs of the flesh and brain being removed. It's winter in Frumlin and the food is gone. Visions of Puritans drinking from skulls. Eloise's paintings of the Puritans. That winter of 1609 was called the starving times. You have the skull, you have memento mori, and the date matching Tabitha's dream date in the tower. Family, I think we found a serious clue. I'm gonna make a prediction that one of the episodes will be titled The Starving Time. Another prediction is I think that Tabby is in either Massachusetts or Virginia. Now, Now we know now that she's definitely, well, not definitely, but we suspect that she's in Camden, Maine. But we got two brothers actually that are calling in to have this discussion. We got Ty and Demo. How y'all doing today?
Oh, what up, real?
Peace, peace.
Yeah, I've been wanting to call in for a while because I got a lot of observations that I'm just too lazy to type out. But a few weeks back, you guys had up that peach tree map or the peach truck map. And I went back and I looked. That video with all the art is super useful because you get to see the whole city from the sky as well, so
Now
you get the
I want to
orientation of
stop
it.
you real quick and ask you: are you calling in to speak on the Masonic part real quick?
Well, I wanted to talk about the colors.
Okay, we'll talk about that as well. Let me chat with Ty for a second and see what he's calling in to speak on.
Word up.
You there, Ty? You can unmute your mic. Oh, okay, he dropped off. All right, so go ahead and drop some jewels on the peach truck map.
Yeah, so like I was saying, it's not just that map, that video you shared a week or two back with all the art from that
Okay, I
has
hear
so
you
much.
now. He's
Okay,
back.
word,
He's
word.
back. He's back. Give us a second,
Yeah,
Demo.
yeah, yeah.
All
What's up,
right,
bro?
go ahead, Ty. We hear you. We hear you. What's going on?
So look, I just got from work, and I watch your show all the time, man. You get the best breakdowns, the most common sense, logical kind of viewpoint on this show. When it shouldn't, it ain't nothing logical going on. So I enjoy watching your show. But I actually just popped in. You was like, I was talking to a Mason, and you wanted to discuss some about the Mason
The
property.
Mason nuances. Yes.
Yeah, and I am a Mason, so I was like, boom, shit. Like, let me hear what he got to say. And everything you be talking about, it makes sense. I'm gonna tell you my viewpoint on the show.
Okay.
I have a more of a biblical historicity viewpoint to it. So I see you have a lot of Jesus references, a lot of biblical references, a lot of history. I hear a lot of weird folks talking
Yeah,
about.
I was gonna say I'm starting to adapt one of those myself. Actually, there's a lot of biblical references in here in this show. It's like littered with them all over the place.
So let me I thought I had the show down pat, completely understood, but a wrench got through into it. So I was under the impression that all the creatures were Caucasian, but somebody pointed out to me that it was a sister in the colony house during a previous massacre.
Yes, I think that was me. I think you put
Right. So that lets you know how long I've been watching your show.
Yeah, that was like
in
one of my first lives actually.
Word, and when I called in and you was like, "Nah, it was a sister in colony house," I was like, "Oh shit, let me call back," because it threw a wrench in my whole little thought process.
Right, I remember you when you came. Yeah, I was still on OBS back then. Yes, you've been watching for a minute, and I've been peeping you in the chat. Yo, I appreciate your continued support. For sure.
Listen, man, I watch everybody who talk about From, man, but you do it the best, man. You do it more logical.
Man.
And I remember I was watching the other day. You was like, "Oh, I need to change my time slot that to make it better." Forget all that, son. You do what you do, son. When you pop on, we popping in, son. Like real work.
Oh wow, yo!
Don't worry about your time, son. You pop on, we coming in here. You feel what I'm saying? They got to keep up. You feel?
Okay. Yo, I'm not even going front. I think I'm staying out the way with my Hump Day live stream. It's not in anybody's way, and I love my Saturday night lives. So I think we're gonna have to keep it the same. And I agree with you on that because it's working. The people love it, and I always send people to other people's lives.
You do. You so humble, bro. You so humble, bro.
So when I hop off the live, I always like if Jeremy's on, if Tony's on, whoever's on, I will continue to send my viewers to their lives because I think that we have to spread the love around like that because the community is really dope. A lot of great thinkers and everything. And I just wanted to get your thoughts real quick before we get lost in the sauce. What are your thoughts on my Joaquin and Boaz reference as far as the towers?
Everything you say seems relevant, bro. Like that's why I tune in to you because you don't be so all off, man. Like boogeyman and aliens and all this. I know ain't nobody know what's going on, but I like to be as logical as possible. You know what I'm saying? Trying to figure out what's going on. But let me tell you my little thoughts on the bloodline thing, right? On a biblical sense. Now, God only had a chosen people. You aware of that? The Israelites.
Yes.
So it's 12 tribes of Israelites. And not a lot of people know that, but so-called black people, so-called Indian people, so-called Puerto Rican people, Native Americans, some people over there in Hawaii, not the original Hawaiians, but we scattered everywhere. You know what I mean?
Right.
Africa, Europe, we everywhere. Australia, wherever you can think of, Antarctica, we there. So
yeah, you got Levi, you got Simeon, Rubian, you have Don, God, Judah, Benjamin,
we are Judah,
Naphtali.
correct.
You have the tribe of Naphtali, Joseph. Like I know the tribes.
Yep,
Definitely
the
believe
Haitians,
it.
Gad,
Yes, indeed.
right.
I know the tribes. Oh yeah.
So are you aware of Caucasians are called Edomites in the Bible, right? Did you know that?
Well, it's not that is a perspective for sure that I'm aware of.
It's not a perspective. It's a you can go to Romans 9 and 13. You can go to Malachi. We can go to Luke. We can go to John. I can show you Caucasians' ethnicity dates back to Edom. That is their tribe. All Caucasians come from Edom. Whether they're, of course, just white Caucasians, like from the Caucasus Mountains are Edomites. But they all, if they're not in the 12 tribes, they are not in the tribes. You know what I mean? They, like what are like the Saudi Arabians? They have their own tribes and stuff like that. But what I wanted to say was, all the creatures are stereotypical Caucasians with stereotypical jobs like mechanics, ice cream man, blase, whoop de whoop. But have you ever seen a black creature with a talking role? A speaking role?
In the show?
Yeah.
No.
Right. So in order to be of the tribes, it's a patrilineal, heritage of, that's how you judge who your father is by what tribe you come from. It's not from the woman. You see what I'm saying? Like,
right. Are you referring to like Esau and Jacob?
That is the story of when the tribes were created, when they'll talk about him pulling his heel and things like that. That's a reference to the originality of the Esau and Jacob. That's where that come from. So that's what you're referring to? When he was in the belly, when they was in the belly and they were born and he came out red all over and stuff like that. Okay, yes. Right.
Esau.
That Esau would be the progenitor of the Caucasian race. That would be
I'm familiar. I'm familiar with that school of thought for sure. I'm familiar with many different school of thoughts as far as the Bible lore, even before religion itself. You know what I mean? We're talking about. I'm familiar with before the Book of Genesis was written and then placed in the front.
You mean Job being the first actual beginning of the Bible?
Right.
Okay, I understand that, and I understand you have a great view of everybody's perspective. You can see everybody's perspective, make it make sense, and take out the stuff that don't make sense. I got that, but actual, like, the Bible isn't a religion; it's an actual. If you notice, black
right. That's why I said before religion. Yeah, because the Bible's definitely not a religion.
It's not, but you have to understand when you talk about a chosen race of people. When you talk about them being scattered, also being disenfranchised, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So do you realize that the 12 tribes black people, all the people in the tribes, they actually do not have a heritage, a birthplace. You know what I'm saying? That's why they can call us so many different things throughout the decades. It was an
Oh
African
yeah.
in the
It was
70s.
American, then it was Negro, then it was all these. Yeah, I know exactly what you're
But
talking about. Then
but
then it was black, then African American, so many different name changes. Yeah. I
right,
brought that up on the channel as well.
but you got to realize that they will not give us our heritage. That's why, like, for example, Obama was the first black president, but Obama is an African American, a real African American, meaning he know who his father, father, he know what tribe he come from in Africa. People who are black do not know where they come from. That's why, like Kamala Harris, for instance, that is not a black
Yo,
woman.
I do want to say this. I want to refrain from all kind of political, stuff, because personally, I watch this show to get away from all of that. We
Say
have enough
less,
of that to turn on social media. We get all of that, we get all of that nonsense, and you could.
right.
It's a
I'm
it's a
just speaking.
show.
I'm just
It's
speaking
just
facts.
another show that I want to talk about. This show, you know what I'm saying? Definitely.
I get that, but I was just giving that example that you personally are aware of. That's not our heritage. Those people aren't our actual heritage. That's the only thing I'm saying. So if what I'm thinking is right, you come from your father. That girl that was in Colony House looked mixed to me, right? To me, she looked mixed. Her father could have been a Caucasian man, meaning she wouldn't have been of the tribes, and still there are only Caucasian creatures. So I need to be proven wrong. I need a picture of space. I need a pitch. I need a black person to be a creature, like an actual black person, to change my thought about what this show
Well,
is
see,
about.
we don't know. We don't know what the actual creature, the origin of the creatures are.
We
So I
don't.
think that a lot of that will be explained. I've even theorized before that those creatures can be, those children can be abductees from coming over here to America through Ellis Island. I can yeah, this is a good Discord conversation. Do you have Discord?
I don't, but I definitely get it if we can
Yes,
advance the
please.
conversation, bro.
As a matter of fact, if someone would go ahead and drop the Discord link in there, because this is how open the conversations get on Discord. YouTube, we keep it light, we keep it, you know what I mean?
And
I go into some of the
it.
stuff. I definitely go into some of it as far as like the historical, racial aspects and overtones about the show. I go over a lot of it. However,
It's not the platform.
yeah,
It's not the platform.
it's
And
not the platform.
I get that though, but that's crazy because I'm not speaking profanity. I'm not speaking.
I know.
I get that, but do you understand what I'm saying? That I can't even have this conversation with you in public.
Oh, I totally understand. Exactly.
That's
That's why we do. That's why we do it in the Discord. And I like to urge people to come to the Discord if you want that raw and uncut conversation. Because, like me personally, I go over to Jeremy's Discord a lot, and I'm in his voice chat a lot.
Okay.
And I'm not even raw and uncut on his Discord. I only do the shit on my own Discord. I used to be in there making beats and talking with people and everything. But
word. So that's why when I got on your live the first time, I didn't want to dive too deep into it. You see what I'm saying?
Right. And I noticed you hung up. I was like, what happened to brother? It was like I thought that you dipped off because I showed you the picture. And I thought that it was just like, oh man, I still wanted to hear your perspective, even though, let's say, all right, for instance, look at the video that I just played, right? I'm one of those kind of people that I'm willing to change my outlook on something if I'm presented with information that refutes my own. Like, it's not hard for me to be like, you know what? That makes sense. I'm wrong about that. Like the video that I just played, I made a prediction about Maine. I made a predict. Look at my prediction right here. This is where I thought she was going to end up, Massachusetts or Virginia. No, she all the way up here in Maine, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong and all of that.
But look, this one I don't understand though. Why is the location so important where she ended up? If this is like, they're not saying the town is like a valid location in the United States. So why does it matter where they're filming the show at?
Well, I think the filming location of the show is also lends us clues because it's the Micmac tribe and it's connected to the grandmother spider deity. The grandmother spider deity is the actual symbol for the Micmac tribe. Do we got any Micmac tribe people in here? Anybody from the I've had Micmac tribe people come in my comment section and thank me for speaking about the tribe and bringing some positive information to the public about the tribe, you know, because there's very little known about indigenous people in the Canadian region. And a lot of people don't know a lot of stuff about it, but the people that live there know, of course, and people that live around that are not even a part of the culture understand and see some of those things. Like I've had people from Halifax in the comment section as well. Yes, indeed. But yo, this will be you definitely got to tune in and tap in with us in Discord for sure.
I
We
will, bro.
definitely would love to build there, and I'm sure that people will definitely crowd around to hear a good conversation. You know, no holds barred, no censorship. You know,
Right,
we say what we want to say. We got the funny jokes in there. We be going crazy. You might
right,
be
right.
laughing. You might be
That's right.
laughing. You might get angry. You might all of the emotions are on the Discord for real. Like the real
Okay.
enigmas and theories Discord. But we don't tolerate no disrespect. We don't disrespect people. We don't disrespect each other. We don't disrespect each other's theories. You know, we all have it, the freedom of speech is there. So go check us out on Discord. They got the link in there. I'm glad
Or
to have you up here. I want to get into what Demo was talking about. Would you like to stick around and hear it
yeah,
and
brother, I
comment
love
maybe on
to.
what he
Yeah,
had?
yeah, yeah. I'm here, bro. I'm here.
Absolutely, absolutely. Demo, what's going on? I thank you for being patient with me and chopping it up with Ty. But yeah,
No,
let's
it's
go
all
ahead
good.
and hear what you got to say about the peach truck map because
The show's crazy.
I'm definitely one of
Uh,
those who is a peach truck map enthusiast. So let's hear it.
oh yeah. Yeah, there's so much information in there. But first off, just let me say, I think it's crazy that the show, like, everybody gets smarter because everybody's researching different things, and we're all hearing each other's theories, and we're all learning about the world, which is awesome.
Amen to
Uh,
that. Yes, indeed.
but when I watch the show, like in my mind, I feel like if I were the person making this show, I'd want the viewers to be able to solve it with just the information that's shown to the audience in the show and in the promotional materials. So I've rewatched this probably 7 times now. It's a little embarrassing. Um, but there's a picture in that video, the art from, I believe it was also shown in the show, mixed in with Eloise's drawings. And it's a picture of a color wheel. Um, this is kind of related to what you guys were talking to earlier about the wheels everywhere. But the picture of a color wheel, and if you look closely at it, there's an arrow going around the outside of it counterclockwise. And then there are, so like red is across from green, there's an arrow going through them. Blue is across from orange, there's an arrow going through them. Violet across from yellow, there's an arrow going through them. And at the end of each arrow, at the end of each color, is the picture of a faraway tree. So each of those 6 colors, each correspond to a faraway tree. And if you look at the peach truck map itself, on the bottom right-hand corner, there's a picture of that same color wheel minus the faraway trees. So I think this color wheel is like, they're always talking about the rainbow sky. I think if we can figure out what the rainbow sky is and how it operates, then we can figure out the entire show. And I think that picture of the color wheel surrounded by the faraway trees is like such a super clue. I don't know if you have access to that picture, but I got the peach truck map up on my
I'm pulling it up now. I think the rainbow sky is Frumlin.
Well, yeah, it might be, but this color wheel shows up frequently, and if you look at the Peach Truck map, all the way on the far right towards the bottom next to the giant tree, there's 6 blocks of color. Violet, yellow, green, blue, orange, red. And they're all right next to this giant faraway tree. It's huge. It's the biggest tree on the map by a long shot. And then next to those 6 colored blocks, there's an arrow pointing in. So I think the tree that crosses the road, I think that's like a special kind of faraway tree. Because also we see this tree shaped like a hand multiple times in Victor and Eloise's drawings.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the color wheel, because it, like I think so. There's that little merry-go-round in town that Ethan's always spinning on.
Yeah.
I think that somehow controls the wheel, like which tree you go into, like where you go out if you go into a tree, because we know that trees don't always
that
go
would
in
be
the same
interesting.
place. So, and if you look at, I wish there was a way for me to show you this picture of the color wheel with the trees.
You can share your screen if you're on the
I'm
computer.
I'm on my phone right now. I don't get the gear on my computer right now.
Okay. I'm coming with the
But
Peach
yeah.
Truck rap picture.
Yeah, actually, you still got, I can drop a link. You know that video that I'm talking about with the art from?
Yes, I got it right here.
Yeah, if you want to, if you pull that up, I can give you a
This
timestamp
one?
on that.
Here you go.
Matt Likely, is that his name?
Here you go. Is that it?
Hold on, I'm waiting for my computer to catch up with my phone.
Debbie, Yebby, Bo Bebby, Banana Fana for Febby, B5 Mo Mebby. Debbie. Yo, Debbie, I shouted you out for the find of the wheel. Hold on.
Andrew, yeah, the color wheels do match the colors of the cast.
Debbie peeped this right here, y'all.
Oh, here we go. Finally, sorry. Oh yeah, so all right. So if you look kind of you see above the map, there's the silhouette of a head and a face.
You said above the map there's a silhouette of a head and a face?
Yep, just like right above it.
Yes, this.
And then directly above that is a picture I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. Ah, yeah.
Yeah, so that shows up in more than one place. It's been seen in the show too. I can't remember which episode, but when I seen it, I lost my mind.
It was
there's
in
also
Victor's room.
Okay, yeah, I couldn't remember if it was one of Victor's drawings or one of Eloise's drawings. But yeah, I think that.
Yo, if anybody has a link to any of my mods have a link to Jeremy's Discord, drop the link to Jeremy's Discord. If you're on Discord, hop on in there, and he has a in his Fromville page, he has a section called Victor's Drawings, and all the dope shit is in there. Like, yeah, go check that out.
Yeah, and you see in that picture, it's hard to see in the video. It's easier to see when it's in the episode. But there's an arrow, there's a line circling around the color wheel, and there's an arrow pointing clockwise. And then inside each stripe of color is an arrow pointing like to and from different trees. So I think that is the quote unquote map to the rainbow sky that Ethan is talking about. But I think the interesting thing about this too is that, so I'm pretty sure there are 8 faraway trees, right? Because there are 8 tree symbols on the talismans. And we know that that symbol corresponds to faraway trees because of the season 3 art where they show the faraway tree with the symbol carved into the top of it. But we're only seeing 6 trees here, so I think there's 2 special trees, one that gets you in and one that gets you out. So there's the 6 that transport you around from Bill, then there's the one that you come in on, and then there's the one you go out on.
Okay, yeah, I'm with you on that. What's that season?
Sometimes
The Peace Truck map is what, season 2, episode 1, right?
Season 2, episode 2 is the Peach Truck map.
Okay, yes, let's get to that. I want to get
Now,
a good.
the other thing we keep seeing too is Ferris wheels. So I think somewhere on the outside of Fromland, there is a Ferris wheel that as it turns, you know what I mean? Something changes within Fromland.
Yes, there's also a Ferris wheel horse in Colony House at the bottom of the steps.
Yeah, and Ethan wore horse pajamas his first night there.
Yes,
and there is
horse
walking horse
pajamas.
in Megan's room.
Tilly said she was going to bet on the ponies.
Well, so Tilly's a bad character. She is instigating everybody all the time. She knows everything she's not supposed to know.
Like, what is that she's not supposed to know?
Well, she was there for less than 12 hours and she knows everybody's business. Like, I know some nosy people, but they ain't learning my business that fast, you know?
Like,
she knows everybody's
if
name.
If your business is amongst the townspeople, she's gonna find out.
Yeah, not in the first 12 hours.
I mean, just old women like Tilly have a way of finding things out. I mean,
you're not wrong. I'm not going to disagree.
She's just like, give me something solid that says Tilly is up to something. I can give you solid shit about
I think well, okay, so I have a different theory about Donna. Like, I've definitely gotten more sus on her, but for a completely different reason. So first off, as far as Tilly goes, she's an instigator. She knows everything about everybody. She went and brought that what was those drugs that she brought in to the medical building. You know what I mean? She's bringing highly addictive drugs into a situation where she knows that there's a drug addict. So, like, to me, that's
that there was a drug addict.
What's that?
How did she know that there was a drug addict?
Because she knows everything about these people already. She knows without being told.
Where did you said you deal with things that are in the show? Where does it tell you in the show that Tilly has information on anybody?
Okay, so I mean, everything she says, she knows that Marielle and what's her name are engaged. She knows Fatima's pregnant. She knows that Jim was the guy stuck under the house, which is maybe kind of obvious, but she knows.
Okay,
she knows.
All right. So she explained how she knew about Fatima. She said, "Hey, I'm a grandmother.
I think she's lying. I think she's lying.
All right. So wait. How did she know? You're saying that she knew Marielle was a drug addict. How did she know that?
Well, I think she's got inside information. I think there's 2 people on the show that have inside information. It's her and Donna.
That's a speculation. You're speculating that she knew homegirl was a drug addict.
Yeah, no, it's a speculation, but it's not. It's not taken from somewhere outside the show. Like, I'm speculating on what I see in the show.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I don't think that she knew homegirl was a drug addict.
Yeah, and I mean, I suppose we will find out eventually.
Right. And I don't think she was. I don't think she has any nefarious intent. You know,
I'd make a friendly bet on that.
You haven't seen her do anything deceitful, but we have seen Donna do things deceitful. We have seen Donna do, have questionable behavior, but you haven't actually heard her do or seen Tilly do anything deceitful. Like old women,
I'm waiting so much for season 3
all the time.
Yeah, no, I'm waiting to see season 3. I think we're going to get a lot of good information.
I think so.
But
I think so. I'm just giving you
I
a
think,
little pushback on Tilly. I can't have
yeah,
everybody
no,
jump.
I know. I'm not mad about it. I mean, it's a pretty dense show. People are going to come up with a lot of different ideas.
Because
So,
I don't hear anybody saying anything good about Tilly. Is there anything good about Tilly? I've pointed out plenty good things about Donna. Donna's
I mean,
very
she's nice
stern,
enough, I guess.
huh?
She's nice enough, I guess. You know what I mean? She seems like a sweet old lady.
All right,
Um,
so all
she
right,
hasn't been
so
around long enough. You know what I mean?
well, no, I mean from the first day we see her, she's dancing in the rain, and we
Dancing in the
find
Rain,
out
yeah,
that
just like
she,
that creepy ballerina.
yeah, I know a
She's,
lot
I
of
think,
people are making that connection, right? A lot of people are making, and I agree with that, but I think that it meant more about the rain/sun dance. She does a rain dance and a sun dance.
yeah.
Um, I think that's a
I
Native American trope, and I also think that um, I remember when Tilly found out that someone was stuck under the garage. I mean, under the house. She was
mm,
the first one to
she,
volunteer to go help,
yeah. You're right. You're right.
and they told her no. They looked at her like, "No, you stay here." You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
Tilly knew about Boyd having an adventure. Yes, Tilly did know about that, but what does that doesn't that's not anything deceitful. That's not anything bad that she knew he went somewhere. Shit. Like I even said that. I was like, how does she know that? Who told her that? But they were talking. I'm pretty sure the reason why they would mention that Boyd went somewhere is because when they first got there, he wasn't there. They even talk about that when uh Donna and Randall were arguing at the bus about the shotgun. And when Boyd gets there, he says, "Yeah, I'm the sheriff." And the guy was like, "I thought the Asian guy was the sheriff."
mm,
See what I'm saying? So that's kind of what they were, I think, trying to tell you, that people know that Boyd is the sheriff guy, but where was he when we got here? He was on his little
mm,
adventure.
right, right.
So that, that's what I think that was. It's probably an off-camera thing, but
Yeah.
I think the things that you guys point out about Tilly are there purposely to make you think that about Tilly.
That very well could be true. I mean,
I
if
think
this,
my prediction about Tilly is that we will find that Tilly is the grandmother of little Megan. And I know that's a very specific prediction, but everything screams it. Tilly and Megan are the only people other than Father Kotri that recited anything from the Bible. Megan was killed by a monster posing to be her grandmother. Tilly said
yeah,
she was going to bet on the ponies, and when Megan was killed, it knocked her little pony over that's in her bedroom.
yeah.
You know,
Well,
and
I
then
think
and
that,
then her father, ends up in the box. Megan's father. Now, why does the box have anything to do with it? The box is an actual horse trailer.
it is a horse trailer.
The box is an actual horse trailer, so that's another nuance to the horses right there. So yeah,
Yeah.
I love what you were saying about the Peach Truck map. I love the whole vibe. I really like the faraway tree and the merry-go-round being
Well,
having something to
let me
correlate.
point out one other thing on this map real fast, because
Okay, you pull it up.
there's three circled numbers. One is orange, one is green, one is red. There's an
Yeah,
orange 1, a red 2, and a green 3.
yes.
So first off, in the first episode, when Megan dies, when her corpse is on the
Yeah,
floor,
I
she's got
know
her
what you're
playing
about to
cards.
say. I'm the one that pointed that out. We found that.
So
As a matter of fact, me and Carrie that you see down here in the chat figured that out right here on the live stream. That the
word,
numbers,
yeah, it's a
yeah,
good detail, I think.
yeah,
Uh,
I wonder what it means. I've been
well,
scratching my head and
if you look
scratching
at
my
the
hands.
placement, look at the placement of the numbers on the map, right? So the orange
Mhm,
1 is at the hotel, which is a building that's not there. Then
mhm.
the number 3 is right next door to the post office, and if you watch the show, there's a foundation of an old building, but no building. Now,
Hmm.
number 2, we've not seen to my knowledge, but in at least in 1 and 3, they're marking off buildings that are just not there anymore.
I think
And
number
I
2
find
is
that
like in the
suspicious.
vicinity of like behind Colony House.
It's behind Colony House, and I don't think we've seen much behind Colony House except for the Brundles. So it's hard to say what that 2 is, but like the 1 is definitely at the hotel, and the 3 is definitely right next door to the post office. And you can go
Is
back
that
and
a
look. I think it's in Boyd's flashback episode. You can see really clearly that there's like a missing building there.
okay? I think okay, so this is something else. I think there are multiple towers.
Yeah, I mean, it's
I
weird,
think there are
right? Because
multiple
like
towers. Let's look here, right
when you
here,
say
next
tower, you
next to
don't
the
know
2.
always mean lighthouse, but they kind of seem to use the 2 interchangeably, which is weird.
Yeah. Look at this. Look at how right next to the 2, look at this tower right here. Okay. Now, how do we realize that that's a tower? Is because right here, it's like this. It's the same structure. It's the same type of structure. This one just has windows. Now, when we look at this right here, let's see, where are they at?
Wait a minute, hold up. You're looking at where are you looking at?
The tower that's under the purple arrow.
Next to the 2?
No. Okay, so yeah, I looked at that one first. This
Oh,
tower here next to the 2.
sorry, I got your screen and my screen going at the same time, so it's hard to track you.
So
That's
it's
my fault.
lagged. Yeah, it's lagged. You go look on my if you look on my screen, it'll be on point and on time.
Yeah. Okay, so you're down towards the bottom right.
Right. No, okay. So I think this is the lighthouse, but this doesn't make sense that this is the lighthouse.
So,
This doesn't because the lighthouse is in the direction
oh,
behind
I see what
Colony.
you're saying now. No, so the lighthouse is on the top of the Peach Truck map. That's
Right.
definitely
That's
there.
what I said. Right here.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying now. Yeah,
That
and I see
lighthouse
exactly what
it,
you're.
so this makes the Peach Truck map wrong because the
Well,
lighthouse is behind Colony House.
the Peach Truck map isn't going to be perfectly right because it's like a little kid trying to make a complex map. So like north, south, east, west, they're all going to be a little wiggly.
Okay, I'll
But
give you that.
so
Then what is
all right.
this?
He went out in the direction when he went to the lighthouse. He went out in the direction where he originally first found the talismans, which was behind I don't know, what is that called, the wine cellar where Jade gets his first vision. It was out behind that, so it would make it north of the wine cellar more so than north of Colony House, because they show when in Boyd's flashback they show which direction he walks out in, and he walks out behind the gas
Oh, we gotta
station.
answer Ethan's question real quick. He said, Victor said he doesn't trust Elgin. If Donna was the mole, wouldn't he act weird around her too? He's been there the longest and should know, right? Okay, that's a
So
good point. That's a good
I
point.
think
So, but what I
I
think
think Donna
I'm gonna answer
is
that real quick and then let you go. What I
yeah,
think
sorry.
about what I think about this question here is that my theory is Donna actually it has erased Victor's memory with the peaches. So go ahead, Demo.
Oh no, so this is a bit more into the speculation territory, like, it just kind of getting a feeling. So I think there's two different, like, people using the word mole, whatever. I think there's two different moles. One is like a mole for the bad guys, but I also don't think so. Like the thing that's trapping them in the town, I don't think is the same thing as the monsters in town. Like I don't think the monsters are what's trapping Fromville. I think something else is trapping Frumville to contain the monsters. And the monsters want to help the people get out so they can get out. Does that make any sense? And I think Donna works for one of these outsiders. Like, I think she got stuck in there and was like, oh shit, well, I'm stuck now. I might as well, make a good life for myself while I'm here. Because I think she knows where she is. I think she knows she's trapped.
Okay.
I mean, is that making any sense?
Yeah. I mean, it's all up for grabs. We all have our theories, all of them, and some of them, even mine, involve like speculation as well. You know what I'm saying? Like Donna erasing Victor's memory with the peaches.
Yeah, so
However,
that's, I think, something that would like be likely to happen. Although I think the peaches are just more a little symbolic that summer's over. Peaches is a summer fruit, and they run out of peaches just as the seasons change.
well, they had canned peaches,
Yeah,
and there was always a supply as long as, I don't know, they ran out. I guess they were appearing. I guess Donna was the one who was feeding them the peaches.
yeah, she was letting him have it. I mean, but he those cans were sealed. I suppose we don't know where they came from.
They most likely came from the peach truck.
But either way, I think, I'm more or less in line with, Victor having been brainwashed possibly by Donna. I could definitely see something like that happening.
Hugh says peaches being the first invasive fruit species in North America. That is true. That is definitely true. Wait, did I miss that? Do we have confirmation about the mole from producers? I have not personally heard it. I have heard many other creators say that there has been confirmation. I have heard people say that there's been confirmation. I don't know for sure because I have not heard it myself. They say that everybody said the same thing, that it came directly from the creators in an interview. I've seen all of the interviews that I can find, and I have not heard them say or confirm that there's a mole. And that's why I've never really referred to Donna as a mole. I'm saying that she knows some shit, some vital information that we don't know. And I
Yeah,
stand
that
on it.
I agree with that 100%. She knows something.
She knows something.
You
Donna
hey, you
knows
seen
something, and she always has her hands in her pocket. And that is an
you,
untrustworthy sign.
you seen the boy in white here on the peach truck map? He pops up a few times.
Yes, I have seen that. And I've also seen a black figure in there as well. Have you seen that?
Mm-hmm. Yep, there's a few of them.
There's like a
There's a few.
ghostly black figure several times.
Oh,
This
I
one right here,
know which one you're talking about. I was
where the
watching the stream that
knockdown
one time.
out.
Yeah.
This
I
is
was
one of
watching the stream for that
yeah,
one.
yeah, this one right here. That's clearly a foot, a leg, a head, torso. The arm is sitting on the lap. This is a chair. This is clearly a chair. I don't know. It kind of gives ventriloquist dummy vibes a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of the ventriloquist dummy, like, what's up with so Jade's first vision of the guy crushed by the rock? He yelled the same exact way. It's the same sound sample, audio sample for
Yes,
when
it is.
the dummy screams, which
Yes,
is kind of strange.
yes, I pointed that out as well. I'm an audio engineer, so I notice things like that.
Oh, I heard your
Now,
track.
are
That was
these
sick.
thank you. Video coming soon.
Dope.
Yeah, video coming soon, guys.
It
But
was a good track, man. I'm a East Coast boy, so that one track you dropped was,
fire,
I
right on
dig it.
point.
No, for real,
Yes,
for real.
indeed.
Oh,
Is
speaking of, I'm in
the boy in
Providence, by
white?
the way.
You're in Providence?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, we'll be in Providence. We'll be in
Dope.
Providence for episode 5.
if you want to, you don't have to. If you want to hit me up, I can point out some cool places to hang out.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Just keep in touch. Hit me up in the Discord. We'll talk about that definitely. If people want to, travel, if they're not in the area, if you're in the area, we're open to hanging out, being on the live stream. We're gonna hop on stream. We're gonna see if we can link with Jeremy. You know what
You're
I mean?
bringing a stream
Everybody
set,
will know
huh?
we'll be there. So, it is what it is.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be dope. I
Yeah.
was excited when I heard that you guys were coming.
Yes, indeed. Is this the boy in white you're talking about?
Yes, sir. He pops up a few spots.
A few spots. This one here.
There's one by the big tree on the right. Yep.
There's one, two
There's
here.
one by the Brundles. It looks like there's two by the Brundles, one on
Yeah.
each side.
Yeah, that's interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah.
And this here is the white truck that ran through the fence. There was some sort of collision.
Yeah.
There was some sort of collision in a truck.
I wonder. That's at the pool, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh no, that white truck. That's on the map. It's just right next to the motel sign.
Yeah, I just pointed it out right here.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I must have been getting some. Oh yeah, no, that's my bad.
Yep, that's
it.
This looks like a big ass slice of pizza that fell in the pool too. I don't know what that is.
Yeah. I don't know what that is either, because that weird coloration that's inside the pool, you can also see it right above the wine cellar.
Mm-hmm.
That weird, like, patchy, like purpley, like, it's weird. I'm not sure what that is, but especially in the spot above the wine cellar, it's like a circle of trees around it. So I don't know what that is.
I wonder why this grave right here is circled.
So I think that's Abby's grave. I think.
It's
but
in the
there's
right
no way to
spot.
tell. What's that?
It's in the right spot for
So
sure.
I wasn't able to tell. So one of the things that I paid a lot of attention to when rewatching it a million times was like where things locations are in relation to other places.
This is one of the more accurate parts of the map, actually. The town part is very accurate as far as
Yeah, which house is next to which,
yeah,
right?
Which, but this is very accurate. How do we know that? I think you're right about that being Abby's grave, but I'm very curious on why it would be circled.
Yeah, well, that's the part that doesn't track to me. And like I said, I had a hard time trying to figure out where Abby's grave was exactly on the map. Not on this map, but like in the actual town. That's like one of the few things that I'm not entirely sure exactly where it is. Because that video that we were talking about, the art from that video has some good aerial shots of the actual town. So that's another good way to look at the layout of the town and figure out what's near what.
Okay, so this looks like a figure of a person as well. This area right here. Now, why I say that this is the most accurate, because you have the barn right here, and you have this. You have the enclosure for the animals right next to it. One thing that's missing is the little side piece of the barn where Tabitha and Julie dug the clothes
get
out.
Get the clothes, right.
Right. That's not there. But here's the strange part. In season 1, it wasn't there either. It wasn't there in season 1. But in season 2, they magically have a new storage room on the side of the barn. You guys probably heard that here first. I'm gonna get the pictures. I'm gonna probably just do a quick tidbit about it in a video, maybe. Who knows? But the accuracy here is when Boyd comes back from Martin, he talks to Ellis. Ellis gets pissed off. Ellis was pissed off when he went there, but it was really out of concern for Fatima, right? But when
Yeah.
Boyd tells him, he neglects to tell him about the bottle tree. He neglects to tell him about the faraway tree. He
Mm-hmm.
neglects to tell him about Martin, the worms, the torch. He didn't tell Ellis about, pardon me. Pardon me. I'm over here on some of that Fatima's gas pack right now. I probably need to chill because my voice is going out right now. But he didn't tell Ellis about that. Ellis was pissed off with him, and then they left. They made up. He was like, "Yo, what the fuck's going on with you? Like, you talking to me crazy right now?" And he's like, "Well, man, it's just Fatima, you know." And he talks about that, and he tells it's Boyd's whole idea, like, "Yo, you need to get her another ring. You need to, you know, that little twisted shit you have on her finger, that you can do better than that, you know, all of that." He has that whole conversation. So after he leaves that, then that's when he goes, okay, so let's look at the map. Where the bus is parked. He goes by to where the bus is parked, and Donna's arguing with Randall.
Yeah.
Okay, so then boom, he leaves. So that was in the post office. He goes from the post office, sees people arguing at the bus, stops at the bus, turns around, he leaves, turns around, and goes up to Abby's grave. That's where he starts telling Abby that he don't know what the hell he just went through. He doesn't understand any of it, blah, 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 blah. So then he leaves Abby's grave, and as he's walking through the brush, that's when he starts hearing the screams of Brian and Kelly. Now, I wonder why we got this big black mark right here, because like back there, right behind them trees, that's the way that Ethan ran. He ran all the way through. He ran around here, and he ran up here to the Brundles. You see where that's at. But they met him past the clinic, and that's where they saw him. They were coming around this little thing here that's missed.
Yeah. All right.
It's
all right.
nothing.
Yeah. So that does match up then.
Right. So all of that, like, is all of that. The continuity is perfect right there. But the thing is that that's where. Okay, so I guess this is the gas station, right? Is this the bar? The gas station?
So the bar is, yeah, directly to the left of the barn.
Okay, boom. Okay, so they
Yeah.
took Brian and Kelly out of here and just took her right over here by these trees where this black spot is.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
Okay.
where
Okay. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And Boyd was
word.
coming from Abby's grave when he came across
Yeah. Okay.
Kelly
No, that
and
makes
them
sense.
screaming. Right. You see what I'm saying? So this is
Yes,
like
sir.
the only part of the map that actually makes sense. Up here, like they have, all right, how do we know that the tower is behind Colony House? Because the storm starts for Boyd and Sarah before it starts in the town.
Yeah.
And they can see the storm standing up on Colony House. The eye patch girl points at it. And she points behind Colony House. Yeah.
I think like, yeah. Again, like I just want to say, like the map is drawn by a child. You know what I mean? So like, I feel like the map is kind of warped. You know what I mean? You got to kind of tug on it a little bit in one direction to get everything to line up right.
But then what is this then? What is this? Is this a tower?
Oh, that over there? I don't know. I don't know what that is. It's really hard to make out because there is a lot of
behind Colony House.
There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff going on back there. Also, like a lot of scribbles, like and some numbers written down. So it's hard to tell what that is.
The Megan's cards that were laying around her body was called Lose a Turn.
Yes. Yeah. And then there was some unprinted there was some green cards and some yellow cards with no text on them as well.
Right. And there's a yellow, well, this yellow next to the orange one, the one was orange in an orange circle, the 3 was in a green circle, and the 2 was in a red circle.
Yeah.
There were 2 2s, a 1 and a 3.
Yeah. Hold on, I actually have that written down. I think it was 2 2s. There was more than one. There was more than one. It was like halfway tucked behind another card.
Oh, you pulling out notes? Great.
I'm telling you, I watched this show like
Yeah,
I'm
you
not even
said
joking,
7
like
times.
7
I'm not
times.
even like, if you think that's embarrassing, I'm not. Well, I haven't literally sat there and watched it that many times. I have been watching it like while I'm creating videos, I'm literally sitting there watching episodes and shit like
Yeah,
over and
and
over.
I'm watching it another time right now with my wife to catch her up on it. Where is this
Oh,
note I have?
are you in Jeremy's Discord? Because he's doing watch parties for season 2. I don't know what episode we're on, but
No, I don't. I prefer to just watch real.
oh well, that's dope. I appreciate that. I
I like
appreciate
to just be in one place. I don't like to travel around, and it's just you and there's that one other guy, Geek Academy, that's real good.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I
I
take.
need to get in touch with Geek Academy. If anybody knows the plug on Geek Academy, if anybody has the plug on him, let me know. I definitely want to have him on the show.
Let me get a damn glass. See nothing. I know I wrote this down. Yeah, okay.
I
There are
have the
two.
picture somewhere around here too. I don't know where I have it at. I don't know where it's at.
There's 2 red 2s, a green 3, an orange 1. Yeah, all right. And then there's 2 additional green cards with no text, 1 additional yellow card with no text, and then the red cards that say lose a turn. What's also
And I
interesting
think
about
those
that,
are there to kind of like let you know what the name of the game is and
I,
all of that.
I think that one scene where they show Megan's corpse, I think the entire show is in that shot. I know it sounds kind of bonkers, but I think the whole show, the whole plot is there. Because that contrast that you're talking about, how the orange and the blue are always next to each other. She's got the orange and the blue teddy bear right next to her. Um, she's got the horse. I don't know if the horse is in the shot, but it's definitely in the room with her. Um, it's got the game. Like I think this shot is the show. I don't know. Like it's one of those things where I don't think there's any way for you to know exactly what it is right now. But like once you find out, you'll look back and be like, oh yeah, huh?
Yeah, I can totally see that. I can see there's a lot with Megan's room, period.
Yeah. So
There's a lot going on in Megan's room. Like
my wife
even
said, "Hey, is Megan's mom pregnant?" And that got
oh,
me thinking. Because like I don't think she is, but it would
she
make a big
does like
difference if she
hold her
was
stomach at the
holding
beginning
her
too.
stomach at the door. And that would explain why she didn't go and stop Megan from opening the window because she was protecting her unborn baby. You know?
Oh, and I've been giving her so much shit about that.
No, and the thing is that there's definitely something up with that. Now, so I think it's possible that she was pregnant. The one thing that makes me not sure she was pregnant is when Frank made his little speech. Don't go, Frank. When Frank made his little speech, he didn't mention anything about having an unborn child. You know what I mean?
But then he might not have known.
Might not have known. Right. So, so I don't know. And the thing is like if she was pregnant, like that, pregnancy obviously is a theme in this show for some reason. And children, there's only ever like one child, you know what I mean, at a time in this town. Um, so if she was pregnant, that could like tell us something about the motivations of the bad guys, right? What do they want?
And the 2, 1, and 3 are in the same order as they are on the
Or on
map
the
as well.
huh, really?
You see that?
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
totally in the same order.
yeah.
2, 1, and 3. 2, 1, and 3.
Yeah,
There's
and
definitely something up with this. This means something. I don't think that this is one of those
so
we're just gonna throw this in here to fuck with you. And
if
then
you
there's check this out. Something I just noticed. I don't know if anybody's ever noticed this. I'm probably the first person to notice it. If I am, give me my flowers real quick. But there's a word written in here too. There's a number written in here. And I'm going to show you where it's at. TWO. Right there. Watch. Look. I can't unsee the shit. The number 2 is right there in the bundles. Bang. 2. TWO right there.
Yo, and on the bottom of this map, you can't see it in this picture. You got to go to the episode and look at it. But on the bottom of the map, there's like a mass graveyard. It's just hundreds of crosses.
Yeah.
And that's wild. That's scary.
Where are my peach map people at? My peach map people, is that a 2? And has anybody else said that? That's a 2.
Yeah. It's hard to tell on my copy of the picture. I don't think I can zoom as good as you can zoom.
Damn, I don't even need to write the shit in there anymore. I can just look right at it and see it. Am I bugging y'all? And there are 2 2s actually.
Yo, real, I gotta bounce soon. Let me just say one quick thing before I go.
Okay.
And it's about the numbers, the 4 and the 7. And we all know, Tilly, 4 kids, 7 grandkids. We know it's 47 on the radio. We all know that. One thing I noticed,
hospital room.
Yeah. One thing I noticed though is that there's 6 when Jade has his vision in the cave, there's 7 kids on the stones, right? But when Julie's down there for the first time, she doesn't see the kids laid out on stones. She sees cages, right? There are 4 cages. When she comes in, she shines her flashlight to the left, and there's 2 cages there. She shines it through the middle, and then when she shines it to the right, there's 2 more cages. So there's your 4-7 connection with that.
That kiwi skirt something else. I'm sorry, bro. That
What'd you
kiwi
get?
skirt is something else.
No way
She
out.
said, is it TWO? Is it 2 or stands for the way out? That's fire. I love it. See, that's what I'm talking about.
But yeah, real. I gotta bounce, my man. Thank you for having me on. I really appreciate being able to chat with you.
Likewise. And hit me up on Discord. And hit me up. That's a good way to message me, and we could talk about Providence.
Yeah, no, I know where everything is in the city. So if you guys are looking for a place to chill, I don't know if you're doing a meetup or whatever. I just know a place around. I can be a little bit of a tour guide, I guess. I'll hit you up.
That's so dope. I appreciate that. Peace. And thanks for coming on. Thanks for coming
on. I'm excited.
Dialogue and going back with the back and forth, pushing back and forth. I appreciate you. Have a good one.
Yeah. Take care, man.
Peace. Oh, that was dope. That was a really dope call. Both of those brothers, Ty and Demo. Shout out to them for calling. Thank you for joining. That was a great build. It led us right to looking at something else, finding something else. 27 and 47 in dark green or black. Where do you see it? Where do you see it? Oh, I see it. I see a 27 and 42 or 47 right here. I see that. I don't know what these numbers mean. These numbers are something else. One thing that I really like about Taran's theory, I want to touch on my homie's theory real quick. Pause. Touch on my homie's theory. Wow. Anyway, and there's the Ferris wheel just above that faraway tree diagram he was talking about, which is really dope. A couple of things about Taran's theory I want to touch on real quick that are really dope. I think they're really possible. And he talks about portals. Okay, so we'll start off and we'll talk about this first. We have the black hand that's behind the family, and it looks like they're trying to run away, or they could just be happy and holding hands and walking. You know what I'm saying? I think that's dope, right? The big hand, like to me, is could be some sort of explanation for the house falling down. So that's just a little side part before I got into Taran's theory. Taran's theory of the portals is very interesting, and I'll start off with this right here. Um, Next to this diagram with the faraway trees, this was so dope, and I love the idea of that Ferris wheel having something to do, that merry-go-round having something to do with destinations in the faraway tree. That would be so crazy and so fire, because we see Ethan was on that thing with Sarah. Sarah ends up allegedly going through a faraway tree at some point. But this faraway tree right here, Taran believes that this is a portal and there's a door to it, and it's on a beach. And there's a faraway tree that's pretty much out of place on a beach with a big stone and a portal. This is very interesting, being that when you look, where is it? When you look right here, there is another portal. And it looks like somebody is actually coming out of a portal and climbing down. Now, I think that this is actually Julie and Victor. To me, this looks like a man and this looks like a woman. And I think it's Julie and Victor, because Julie went out first. And I think that this is Victor's lunchbox. That is what I thought about that. But he believes that it is a portal. And you know, all theories are welcome over here. I love all of the theories. But there are several portals. Right next to that one. Right next to that, where is the other one? There's another portal. There's two more portals on here. I know where one is, but I want to talk about this other one first. Where is the? Hold on. I don't know where that other portal is. There is. This it here? I don't know if Taran catches this on the rewatch. I think this might be it. But this is the portal that I possibly think is a portal. And I seen somebody in the comment section say that this looks like a big eyeball. I think that was Justin. Justin said, "Does this look like a big eyeball looking at the tower?" And I think I highlighted the comment, but I didn't have a chance to respond. Hey, Julie B is in the building. What's good, sis? How you doing? Yes. Yes. Good to see you in here. Okay. But he said that this was an eyeball. I thought that this was interesting because this black spot right here kind of looks like a portal. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Taran's theory is that Tabitha was pushed from the window and fell through a portal that was like a levitating. This looks like a portal as well. I think that's the other portal. This is the other portal. This looks like a portal as well. And there are several portal looking things here. Like this looks like something here. But I just love the theory of the portal theory. And I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but does this look like some sort of like in a trail of something of some sort right here coming from the lighthouse? Like going right directly to that hole? Am I bugging? Like it kind of looks like that, right? So yeah, I think Taran might have some there's some validity to his theory about her going through a portal after falling out of there. I mean, what else could have happened? That's the only thing that could have happened. That's the only thing that makes sense. So shout out to Taran for that theory. That's his theory. And he thinks that there is a portal above the ground, and she was pushed out of the tower and fell through a portal. I think that's a dope theory. Yes, indeed. We got a bunch of people up in here. Yeah. Who is this right here? Wow, your detective work, people in the drawings, is impressive. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's good to have you here. There's Kiwi Skirt. She says, completely agree. That's what it looks like and makes sense. Yes, it does. It totally makes sense. Like, if I hear somebody's theory that makes sense, I'm not going to sit there and just be like, yo, you know what I mean? I'm going to like shout it out because that makes sense. Because what else could have happened? That's the only thing that could have happened. She fell through a portal. When she went out the window, she fell through a portal, and it wasn't the tower. Like, it couldn't have been the tower because we saw her body fall. We saw all the broken glass. We heard her screaming and hollering on the way down. Then next thing you know, she wakes up in the hospital and they say 2 guys found her. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the only thing that makes sense is what Taran is saying, that there was some sort of portal below where she fell. She fell right through that portal, ended up on out of there. This also would explain why the boy would apologize and say, I'm sorry, but this is the only way. So what if the portal moves around? What if the portal moves just like locations where people are travel into this place move around? Because it doesn't bring people from the same place. Like, that the portal must move around to different places in the contiguous United States. And that's how it gets these people. This is why you have different trees and different types of trees. Because the tree that the Matthews came across was totally different from the tree that the Stevens and Boyd and his family came across. So, yeah. But guys, I've loved this. We had a great call. We had Taran. This is another great live. Thank all the mods for everything you do, keeping the chat clean and greeting people as they come in. But I must say, people, my voice, I don't know if you hear it, but my voice is getting weaker and weaker. And I do not want to lose my voice. I have a video to record. I have some stuff to do. So I am going to go and enhance my regiment to get my voice right and focus on that for a couple of days until I'm ready to record. And I'll see you on Saturday Night Live. And a lot of people in the chat did tell me, like, hey, just keep it the same. So I'm going to follow the best judgment of everybody else. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Kiwi Skirt. I will. Like, yo, this was an awesome live. I have to take care of the voice. That's why, that's why I'm here. I got to go do that. So just a little something to think about while we wait on the next episode. That's all for the live stream today. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.